I see Rogue's put me full screen. Yeah, if we're live, I can't hear no one. Yep, the scavengers.
I put somebody. I put people on stuff, and they decide to, eat themselves out of existence. I mean, seriously.
Well, when you put me up and no one's talking, I think there's an issue going on. So I accidentally came back in to see if it was my audio.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
No, you can't just do that. You gotta let me know. It's
right. Right. I can't go get food or whatever. It puts you up, right time frame. You're speaking great. But yeah, no.
There we go. So what are you doing?
Eating.
Eating, huh? Well, we're just sitting here waiting for Metokur to come on live, and well,
Correct.
nothing's happened so far. So
Mm-hmm.
me, I'm just playing a game. So
I can see that, which is why I left you on.
mm-hmm.
Until somebody decided to take them off.
Well, right now I'm just doing a what's called a savage turn-on mission. Get clear scavengers out of a base, and then turn it back on and extinguish fires and a couple things like that.
So fire Sparky, got it.
Might say that. Yeah, I don't think you can hear the audio in the game, but oh well.
It is what it is.
I can share the screen, and then you probably could.
It's already being shared.
Oh no, yeah, my camera's being shared.
Which is better than nothing.
There we go. Oh, shit.
You're doing a terrible job of surviving.
I'm surviving just fine. Somebody lobbed a grenade at me.
And that's what they generally do.
Okay, and that's all the scavengers.
Poor scavengers.
So, what do you think Metokur's going to talk about today?
Obviously, it's going to be ice related. More California shit. Because Trump sent more of the National Guards or ICE or whoever into that area again. So, yeah, I'm hoping for something a lot more, interesting. But it is what it is. It's his show. We'll find out.
Damn it.
But yeah, because right now he's got a little. His. I guess it's supposed to be a slime thing. It's a circular thing with his red hat that says ice, and he's in a free taco truck. So yeah, I'm kind of leaning in that direction.
Oh, I will, huh? There we go. No more life signs.
We have about 9 minutes.
9 minutes, huh?
Yep. He may also talk about his kidney stones that he gave birth to. So there's that.
Maybe. Oh, I don't have to put out fires. Cool. Now on to raid the place.
Give me a moment. I'll set some fires for you.
What was it? And no more people came up, so.
Besides, Jim Jam is a little early. I don't understand why he's doing it at 5 his time. But
Maybe he wants to get it done so he can go launch some more fireworks. Who knows?
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Well, I kind of went okay. May make sense. He's got himself some blue milk.
Yeah, I've been doing stuff all day, like setting up a new, new financial tracking manager.
Oh. Are you tracking your finances?
I've been tracking my finances. I'm just trying to find a better way of doing it.
Well, I mean, you can always hire a better tracker. I mean,
No,
there's got to
I
be
do it
somebody within
myself.
your tribe that might be able to do that.
Yeah, no, it requires money. I do it myself.
'Say about 4 minutes.
4 more minutes.
Roughly. More like 3, getting close because we've got past the 3.5 mark. So those seconds go down quick. No, more people are loving Israel.
Oh, no.
I know.
I really should stream this game. I just haven't felt like it.
I mean, it's all up to you. I mean, stream, don't stream.
I've been having fun playing it. Not really.
No, not that.
No, not really. Like, oh, it's like, oh god, I gotta make content on this.
No, that's basically it. If
I
you're not,
don't. I don't like being felt like it's like I gotta make content and stuff. Oh, he's on.
he's on.
Oh, hey there, sweetie squat. You want to come into
Candyman.
Yes. Looks like we're going to be inundated with this Candyman blob. Yes. These puddings. See this. Oh, I should. No.
That's power his agriculture. I need to go to either habitat, command center, which I don't think this place has a command center. I wonder who else is going to join us today. Probably no one.
It may show up eventually.
Eventually?
Eventually, yeah. He was like, "What time does it start?" I'm like, he kind of starts at 3. So, please stop my initiative to stop killing Jim. We will make him cancer. We'll make cancer illegal. It can't work that way. Sorry, garbage. Doesn't work that way.
Wish it worked that way, but
yes.
Container 4.
Face purple crying, "Hey, Sparky." From Pen. "Hi, Pen. You got a link. You could use it, but you don't because you're afraid of content. I get it. And I like the fact how she's only kind of focused on you. Hi, Sparky. He's already a happily married man with kids. Try again, Pen.
Yeah, you've already got your own issues with other people.
I know, right? No, busy. She's lingering. Busy with what? Being lazy, hanging out with the cats, pretending that you're supposed to be working when we all know you really are not. I mean, all of that hard work with manipulating AI is difficult. I get it. Besides, isn't it a Saturday for you? Aren't you supposed to get like, I don't know, a day off or something? Oh, so isn't it supposed to be like a Jewish Sabbath or something like that? So, I mean, really? Can't you say it's a Jewish holiday and you have to stay away from computers for a while?
Well, you should have to be on a computer to be here.
It's true. Wow, she's barely here anyway, so it's all good. Energies have a better excuse. So we're in the next song. Woohoo! And then we'll have like one more after that, if this is correct. If the math is mathing, there's one more.
Or Jimmy doesn't feel froggy.
Yeah. We'll have to wait.
Which we never know.
Yeah, we never know. Luckily I finished my sandwich a while back, so it's all good. It's all good.
Eight, 3.
So apparently, Biden follows the Kino Casino.
Who what, huh?
Ethan Klein is following the casino.
Didn't Ethan Klein and Andy have like a feud?
That might have been like moons ago. But yeah, currently Klein's been following the casino. Yes. Very strange. Very strange. Well, so is Destiny, but that's a whole different questionabilities. I think he's there trying to figure out how to, up his game in the grift department. So, but yeah. And apparently Ralph is been caught using makeup and filters to make himself look more youthful.
There's no surprise there.
I know, right? So yeah, he had to get himself a new camera rig, and now he's got better lighting. So the images are now able to reflect off of his sunglasses.
Huh.
Which means that we get to see his piss bottles and that. It's awesome. All right, we got another one. We got another song. We're almost there.
Camilla dancing.
Yep. Which means that he probably will be doing his opening thing. Busy doing what I want on 3-day weekend for once. Right. And none of that's actually, content related, though you wanted to be a person that wanted to make content. And this is free, easy content. AI garbage. Big brain uglies. I just used 360p noisy cam. Yeah, no shit. From O2 like Chut Logic. I mean, I'm gonna have to defend Chut Logic on just a brief moment. He's from the UK. They don't have much there.
I was gonna say, let's not poor shame people.
I'm not gonna poor shame the guy, the people in the UK.
I mean,
Ralph
come on,
is easy. He's in Mexico. He's fucked. But
I mean, if it wasn't for the onset warrior like Chut Logic, he would actually wear the gloves that has the cut off fingers.
Yes, he would. But Chut Logic, I mean, he could go to the dentist to get his teeth straightened. I mean, most UKers don't do that because it's too damn expensive, apparently. And he doesn't want to live in London, where the actual real money is. So I can't poor shame him. I don't want to make the same content you bought. Okay, I heard
Water
that
or
Jim Max
both?
is here. Hi, Jim Max.
Hello, how are you?
Not much. We're just harassing Penn.
I
And
just wanna
apparently
make
AI
content like
garbage is trying to poor shame the people from UK.
Sweet.
I mean, I can't agree to poor shaming the people from UK.
I mean, I'd poor shame them too, but their money's worth more than mine, so and yours. So
I'm not surprised on that, but they can't. Though their money may be better, they can't afford half of the shit anyways.
yeah, that is a problem. That is
Well,
definitely.
not only that, whatever they get, I mean, the migrants would get.
I mean, it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks when you don't own anything.
That's right.
Yeah, well, the migrants will steal everything that they have, and the poor bastards can't shoot them.
Well, no. Here's the thing: the migrants don't even own, the places they stay at and bought. I mean, technically, you buy a place in England, you own it for it remains in your family name for 100 years before it goes back for sale, and you get none of that money, by the way, when you do sell it.
Oh, so, one more.
It's basically a leasing for 100 years. Any unless you're royal.
Self-owned. My rare stream cam is a quick cam for notebook, old enough to drink. I mean, if it's past the age of 19, I think I'm good. I think it's good.
I take that back.
Oh, wait. Sorry, it's American, so it has to be 21. Okay.
Actually, I take that back. Unless you're knighted, you don't own it. So, excuse me.
There you go.
And then if you do sell it and it's not to a knighted person, it technically is it goes back onto the lease. The royalty. It's really fucked up.
No, it's the UK. Law. Like I said, I can't poor shame the people in the UK. If it's guys from France, I can poor shame them all day.
I mean, this is what happens when you don't kill your kings for good. So
yeah, pretty much.
Or your entire royal line. I'm sorry. I mean, it's their fault.
It is. It's clearly their fault. But yeah, no, I mentioned that Ethan Ralph got some new equipment, so now we can see the reflection of his shanty from his glasses now, and his piss bottles and whatever else garbage he has, which has been glorious. Also, inundated Sparky with an Ethan Klein factoid. Apparently, Ethan Klein is following the casino.
I mean, I've lived in a shanty with piss bottles. I can't say much, but it was in Iraq, so.
Yeah,
Mexico, Iraq.
he's in Mexico, and apparently he doesn't just have one; he has multiples.
I didn't say I had one either.
So he has multiples, a collection that is marinating. Will Jim mention the Noel drama? I wonder. Right now, I think he's going to be talking more about Americana stuff because it is just after the 4th of July. I'll be impressed if he goes into the Noel drama and a few other different things that have happened.
Well,
But,
here's the main problem to Noel drama. This is all stuff that's been known.
That is true. That is true. That is true.
I mean, here's the thing. Noel's even went on record and talked about it. And he's even said it himself, because of the things he said, he will forever be labeled a pedo.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's Noel's, that's Josh's own words.
Yeah, I know.
So, I mean, in a day, where it goes, like, I really don't care for Josh, and I really don't care to help him or defend him or.
No.
He's
one of those guys that you can point and laugh at. Like, we do.
He himself is a locale, like everyone else. He tends to laugh at on.
He is the king of the locales.
Yeah. Okay. He is not the head former. He is the head breeder bull.
Oh, okay. We're here.
Well, happy 4th of July weekend. Oh, I hope you had a good barbecue. I hope you enjoyed the parades and the fireworks.
I don't think it's possible to find an
celebrating the best goddamn country on the face of the fucking earth.
to rescue an emo girl.
Anybody else, especially the
who had a crush. No shit.
Filthy fucking Europors will never be as good as we are. They'll never understand the freedoms we enjoy and all that fucking money we got. Oh, they want our money. I've enjoyed the last 6 months of Trump as he's stripped away every single dime from them and they get angrier and angrier, but try to act like it's not about the money. What can I say? America's got that big dick energy. Big dicks, big bank accounts. That's how we roll. So how's it been treating you, Chad? How has your 4th of July weekend been going? Did you go out with the family and enjoy Freedom Day? Did you set off some explosives? Have a little fun, shoot some guns in the air, get really drunk, get the cops called on you maybe? Celebrate it the way that it should always be celebrated? I'm gonna guess by all the little flags that everybody has. Oh, let me check one thing. Audio's great. Audio's doing good. You're not gonna trick me, Jews. The audio's doing just fine. I'm sorry, but it's working great.
It's a little low there, Jim. You're cracking up a little bit, but whatever. I maxed it.
Enjoyed the fireworks that are down at the beach. Great little time. Love this time of year. Love any holiday where you get people together and you can enjoy yourselves. Halloween, New Year's, Christmas, and of course, the 4th of July. And I wanted to have a little tiny celebration stream for it. I could have done it on the 4th, but I didn't want to because I figured most people are going to be out doing shit. That's what I was doing. I'm not, maybe you're terminally online, so you were on yesterday. But most people, I figure, are out doing shit. They're probably still doing shit, like fighting off a hangover. But I wanted to have a little celebration stream. And I was trying to think, like, what are we going to celebrate? What are we going to focus on? I've usually shit on Europeans or foreigners when it comes to 4th of July streams. But I kind of had to rearrange things, think about it a little bit. And I thought, what better way to celebrate the nice, hot summer weather than with a little bit of ice? Because God knows, in the news cycle for the last half a year, that's all I called it, kind of. That's all you're hearing about, from protests and riots, deportations, injunctions, politicians getting involved, the mainstream media running story after story. It's all about ice, baby. So I put together a little
ice,
a little 4th of July stream in celebration of our boys, the Ice Boys. I Thought
The
I'd start
Ice
this off
Boy?
with a few basic numbers to try to bring in perspective what you're about to see take place in our amazing fucking country. It's the ice budget. Who doesn't? This is like the Clone Wars. You know how Lucas released Star Wars and the first 3 were really great, and then the 4, 5, and 6
That's an
come
insane
out
number.
and it's nothing but like intergalactic politics and budgetary measures. Welcome to the Jim Stream. We're starting it off with budgetary numbers. This is Jim Stream 4th of July Revenge of the Clones. Or whatever. I don't know the nerd shit. I'm sorry with the Star Wars stuff. If it was anime, I could tell you. Star Wars, I can't tell you the name of the fucking movie.
Can't tell us.
Know, in regards to the new fucking budget, I just got 150 billion with a B, billion goddamn dollars until 2029, averaging 35 billion a year. That means if you stack it up to other nations, ICE, one of our federal agencies, has a budget that puts it number 15 in the fucking world. When it comes to catapulting Mexicans over that fucking wall, we have budgeted them enough money to rival Italy. Italy, Israel, the Netherlands, all of them are below ICE. The entire country of Brazil's military.
Yeah, but China's is cheap and Russia's is cheap when you can just throw them in a gulag and not feed them.
Trebuchet the illegals.
Well, no
And
shit.
then use them for
That's how you're
labor.
supposed to do
Then
it.
use them for cheap labor.
Again, that's what
That
you,
is
were,
fucking
that's what you
wild.
were doing with them before you decided.
if you thought
Before
the
the
amount of
Orange Man decided to say that
and
they're no longer needed.
counterculture activists from the
Yeah,
left
I
that
know.
you've seen
So
over the last 6 months was something.
you had it
Wait till
good.
you see how they react to a $35 billion a year budget. You know, if you were talking about
No. What they need to do is they need to
in
contract with
quotations.
with
This
Elon
supercharged fucking
to
budgetary
launch them
measure,
to Mars to not only
I
see
don't
if
know,
it's suitable for
maybe
people,
15 million,
but also get
maybe
started
20
on the
million by
colonies
the end
up
of the
there.
presidency.
Yeah, I mean that could have worked.
It will literally hard stop and completely.
Now you're sending
reverse
them
what
back.
Biden did. But I
Huh?
wanted to talk a little
Now
bit.
apparently you
What are
guys
our
are
boys
sending them
dealing
back.
with?
I don't know what's
What are
going
our
on.
ICE
I
boys?
mean,
What are our Fed boys dealing with? When it comes to
potential
getting rid of
labor.
all the illegal
Like, all
immigrants
right.
in the country. I put
Send them
together,
back.
I think, a nice little montage to kind of give you an idea of what the ultimate, the prime mover is when it comes to these protests and these activists and what's going on, to show you what they're up against, to show you our old adversary that's risen from the ashes. And I think I've done a fairly good job at this.
He thinks.
But I want to start us off with the judiciary, because who doesn't love talking about judges? Well, let me
Not
introduce you to Judge Dugan. Look at this big bitch. From
Oh,
branch
that
31.
bitch.
I'm
I
guessing the
remember
entire
her.
branch is dedicated towards her. Because if she were to sit on
She
it
and
with anybody else on
Flubble.
that branch, it would snap and she'd fall to her death. This is a big girl. Unfortunately, she has the physiognomy of an ogre. If you were to paint her green, she could cosplay as Shrek. This is the sort of woman that if she walked under a bridge, people would start screaming troll. Oh, what's the toll? Please don't eat my children. Here you go. Here's some money. I have gold bars on me. Please, Hannah Dugan, don't eat my fucking children. Unfortunate. Now, I'm not sure if Miss Dugan here is married. Maybe she met a blind man. Maybe she met a blind man that has no sense of feeling. He's a paraplegic in a wheelchair, so he can't ever touch her and tell that those are fat rolls. And he's just really attracted to her dulcet tones. Oh, my angelic judge, Hannah Dugan. I'd also like to introduce you. We're going to do a couple of judges. Here's Judge Kano. Now, you might be wondering, aren't they? At least he's normal-ish looking. But wait till you hear what this motherfucker got up to. So, ICE has been sort of having to deal with fucking everybody. When you talk about a shitty job, a job where you've got everybody up your ass, you'd think a cop would probably be bottom of the barrel, especially ever since the BLM riots and, oh my God, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. After that, you would think cops probably have the shittiest job, but no. In fact, it's ICE agents. They get that and more. They get two goofy fuck judges that decide that they're going to, get in the way. Let's see what our two judges, Judge Dugan and Kano, have been up to.
He meets his attorney in the hallway and walks towards Circuit Court Judge Hannah Dugan's courtroom. Along the way, he passes plainclothes federal agents who are sitting on a bench. They are there to detain him. After Flores Ruiz walks by, the agents turn to each other and appear to confirm his identity amongst themselves. But a few moments later, Judge Dugan and another...
By the way, I love that look they give each other. That knowing look, like, holy shit, did this idiot just walk in? He's made our job infinite. I also like how they're dressed like hunters. They're literally dressed like the dudes you'd go duck hunting or deer hunting with. They've dressed the part to hunt down immigrants. They're sitting at the ICE officer like, what should we wear? What should our uniform be? Fuck it. Just throw on your hunting gear. That's what we're doing. Here's a bow and arrow. Go get me Juan. Juan is somewhere down at the courthouse. You have to avoid Judge Dugan. She can take at least 4 or 5 arrows to the face. Look at this bitch.
The judge approached the agent sitting on the bench. A criminal complaint against Dugan later said she was alerted to their presence by a court official. That complaint says during this interaction, Dugan and the agents disagreed over the type of warrant they had to arrest Flores Ruiz. According to the complaint, Dugan ordered the agents to go to the chief judge's office. Video shows her pointing them through a double door. She then turns back to speak with other agents further down the hall and orders them through the doors as well. Shortly after that, with the agents gone from the hallway, Eduardo Flores Ruiz and his attorney exit into the hallway through a different door. As they walk down the hall toward the elevators, they pass another plainclothes federal agent. Neither they nor Judge Dugan seem to have noticed at the time.
I like how ICE at this point understands that everybody's opposed to them just doing their basic fucking job. So they literally stacked the hallway with hidden plainclothes officers. Maybe they knew that Dugan was just on the prowl. She's very hangry today. She didn't have a Snickers bar, so she's going to help the illegal immigrant get up. She's
You ain't you when you know, right, Sparky?
She got in the way, made him go somewhere that this guy wasn't, and then snuck him through the jury door.
That agent motions to another to follow Flores Ruiz. Security video shows Flores Ruiz exiting through a basement exit. Upstairs on the 6th floor, the other agents have left the chief judge's office and worked their way downstairs. Flores Ruiz left the building onto 9th Street. Video of the street shows the agents catching up to him. Flores Ruiz runs across 10th Street while trying to get away, but the agents catch him and arrest him.
According to court documents,
run, bitch, run!
It's really tragic. So tragic.
Judge Dugan learned of the agents' presence April 18th and confronted them in the hallway outside her courtroom. She's seen in the video directing them to the chief judge's office next door. Shortly after, most of the agents walked away. Flores Ruiz is seen leaving Dugan's courtroom. Federal prosecutors claim, quote, despite having been advised of the administrative warrant for the arrest of Flores Ruiz, Judge Dugan escorted Flores Ruiz and his counsel out of the, quote, jury door, not open to the public.
On charges of obstruction.
So, spoiler alert. Oh, God. I should have had a spoiler.
Oh, yeah.
Alert. Sorry.
That's obstruction.
Yeah, she's already pretty much lost her judgeship.
Yes, they were
Good.
able to find cuffs that could fit her fat
She's
ass.
suspended from all cases and
And
then
they brought
currently
her
on trial.
down to get
Good.
fingerprinted and put her ass in a cell.
Upon the verdict
She's
of a
gone before the
guilty,
judge to plead
of
not guilty.
of her being found guilty,
But this is a bit of
she
a
loses
little
her
bit of a
judgeship
shift you're going to see in a few of these
immediately.
cases where these judges think they're impervious, that nothing can happen to them, they're untouchable, that she can get in the way of a federal agent doing his fucking job to help an illegal immigrant with a criminal rap sheet who's at the courthouse for another fucking crime they committed. Help him escape them. I don't think so, fatty.
And concealing an individual to prevent arrest. FBI Director Kash Patel has said that Dugan, quote, intentionally misdirected federal agents away from an undocumented immigrant who was said to be arrested at her courthouse last month.
Venezuelan.
Now, if you thought that was good, all right, that's just a fat white liberal chick helping an illegal immigrant who's a criminal escape, getting arrested. This one, Judge Kano, he kicks it up a notch. He sees Dugan and he raises her.
Oh,
He's
this is the
playing
other
for
guy.
the whole
Yep.
fucking pot. All right, he wants all the chips. He decides, I see you, I can do one better. Instead of just helping an illegal immigrant who's a criminal flee, I'm going to let the guy live with me.
Gang member facing federal charges after he was arrested in Doñana County. Reporter Alyssa Munoz is here with court documents showing this man was living on a judge's property.
Doug, that's right. This is a picture of the pair from court documents. Now,
Wow.
after Lopez's arrest, Judge Joel Cano resigned. And 2 days later, the Judicial Standards Commission petitioned for the Supreme Court to suspend Judge Cano.
I'm not sure if you caught that. That's the
Literally-
judge having a glass of wine with the
literally
fucking illegal immigrant gang
hiding in the attic.
Oopsie. Oops. Whoopsie daisy.
A judge is supposed to avoid
Was he blind?
any
Was he
appearance
also
of any
writing
kind
a
of
diary?
impropriety. And so you have a situation here where the question is
He
going to be, what did
was.
the judge
Did
know
he use
and
his
when did he
firewood?
know it? How much did he know about the background of the defendant?
In late February, Homeland Security investigations arrested Christian Ortega Lopez for being in the United States illegally since December of 2023 and for possessing a firearm. Originally, officials were going to release him on conditions, but the government appealed that, bringing more evidence against him.
They said, look, Judge, we want you to put him back in custody because we have information that we didn't have the first time around that links him to this TDA gang, Venezuelan violent.
I mean, how could the judge ever have known? You know, minus all the gang tattoos all over his fucking face and neck and hands and arms. The man is literally sleeved up all over his body. And it's prison ink. It's not even regular, I went in to get a fucking tattoo because I'm drunk and an idiot. It's, I need somebody in the cell block to help me cover myself up and look tough so I don't get murdered. Fucking illegal immigrant, gun charges, gangbanger from Venezuela. And this dude lets him live on his property. It gets even better. Remember, the gangbanging illegal immigrant was on gun charges. Remember that, gun charges.
Venezuelan gang.
According to court documents, Lopez was staying in Las Cruces in a casita behind Judge Cano's house. In his post-Miranda interview, Lopez says he met Cano's wife after doing jobs for her. In the documents, it says she offered him to stay on their property after he was evicted. He adds he was also introduced to Cano's daughter, who, according to officials, allowed him to hold and sometimes shoot her firearms.
So this judge, this fucking judge, brings an illegal immigrant gangbanger on gun charges to live at his fucking house. And then his daughter gives him their guns. His daughter grabs the family guns and gives the illegal immigrant who is charged with gun fucking charges weapons to shoot. Oh yeah, no. We gave Juan the gangbanger from Venezuela. We gave him access to our fucking firearms and the shotgun and the rifle. You know, a couple of our magnums. Just a couple. His daughter, you know, just a couple shooty bang bangs.
He's facing a lot of time in a federal prison, and he's also facing the potential of removal of deportation by the federal government.
Isn't that what you call your fireworks?
And of course, here's his lovely wife. Here's his lovely wife and him, both getting put in cuffs. How lovely! Oh, what a bad day to be you, buddy. Uh-oh. Oopsie. What a bad day to be you. Seems like things aren't going so well for the judge. Oh no.
He's in there going, I don't believe this is happening.
Hangs his head in shame. Oh, I'm so sad. Oh. The headline's even better. Former New Mexico judge and wife arrested on charges of tampering with evidence linked to suspected Tren de Aragua member. Okay. So not only is he a illegal immigrant and gangbanger from Venezuela and on gun charges, his fucking daughter gave him guns to use in the country. And then on top of that, they tamper with evidence to try to make it so the guy doesn't get in trouble. How much do you want to bet money? His wife was fucking this dude. How much do you want to bet money? This judge sat in a corner jacking off while his wife got railed, fucking destroyed by this gangbanger. I wouldn't be surprised if Judge Kano watched while pulling his pud, his wife and daughter get tag team him. Just, there's an orgy going on in the house. The guy's probably shooting guns in the air. He's their little Mexican bull. He's their little Mexican bull. Oh, ay. Now, the Tren de Aragua or whatever, that might sound familiar to you. It might ring a few bells. Where have we heard that from before?
An Aurora apartment complex under investigation tonight after this video captured suspected gang activity. Take a look. You can see several men with their guns drawn and pointed toward the door of an apartment unit. Aurora police say it happened overnight last Monday, June 9th. Denver 7's Claire Lavazorio was at the apartment complex tonight where this all went down.
Claire, police held a news conference just a few hours ago to address this video, where you were able to get some answers for us.
Oh, were you able to get some answers for us? By the way, this isn't even old video. This fucking happened at the end of last year, the very beginning of this year before Trump took over. This apartment complex was riddled with foreign gang members from another country, terrorizing everybody. But the police chief and others were trying to downplay it and act like it wasn't an issue. It's still fucking... There are more of them. This is another apartment complex.
Well, the chief started his news conference saying this might all feel like deja vu, and that's because it's very similar to what we saw just last year at the edge of Lowry complex. Armed men in hallways knocking on apartment doors. Now, that complex has since shut down, but here at the Innovation at Fitz, the chief says we are seeing very similar gang-related problems, but this time it's all about getting on top of those problems before they get too out of hand. Now, police say there's been at least a dozen separate incidents here since the fall of 2024, everything from shots fired to kidnappings. Now a neighbor turning in this video of a group of 9 armed men, which the chief believes are suspected Venezuelan Tren de Aragua gang members, better known as TDA, pounding on the door of a unit.
Oh, is that right? You know, everything from shots fired to kidnapping. Fantastic. Gotta love it. And these are the people this judge was hiding in his house so they could fuck his wife and daughter. His horny levels were so sky high and off the charts that he let dudes that go around terrorizing fucking apartment complexes like some dystopian piece of fiction come live in his house. Gave him access to his guns because he needed to, he was a little horny. And of course, I want to show you this just because it's so fucking fitting. It's like a nice little bow tied on the end of this. Literally 2 weeks before this news report. This is the headline from NBC News. The truth about Tren de Aragua, the gang at the center of Trump's immigration crackdown. Now listen to the subtitle. The Trump administration says the group should be treated as an invading force. Critics say it's a pretext for the administration's anti-immigrant narrative. Round of applause for NBC. Always getting shit wrong and fucking up the timelines. They literally post this. Now, Trump's just exaggerating. This isn't really an issue. This isn't something that actually happens. A week later, fucking 10 armed gang members with guns out are going door to door at the apartment complex. I don't know. Maybe he's got a point. Maybe there's something going on down there. Maybe if Judge Kano wasn't so busy getting his wife fucked, maybe something would be happening. But it's not just, the judges, it's the politicians. Of course, you got to have people like Senator Hollins going down there having a few drinks with MS-13 gangbangers. Oh, you poor baby, let's have a margarita. Let's have a drink together. All you did was beat your wife senseless multiple times and traffic humans. But you're innocent. Those tattoos aren't real. That's been photoshopped. Speaking of unreal things, I love his defense. Senator Van Allen claims margaritas were planted by El Salvador government during meeting with alleged MS-13 gangbanger Kilmar Abrego Garcia. They were planted. Listen, you can say a lot of things about me when I go to a South American prison to hang out with a wife-beating, human trafficking gangbanger. But I was not drinking, sir. El Salvador planted those drinks on me when I met the guy that beat his wife like she was a piñata. I did not touch a drop of alcohol when I was down there with the human trafficker Kilmar Garcia. I'm fucking offended by this. But just like the judges are fucking around and finding out that they're finally getting arrested for doing this weird shit that they're engaged in, that they seem to think they're impervious to being fucked with. Politicians, too, are now learning they can't really get their way when a Democrat tantrums and tries to fuck with ICE doing their job, not really working out so well anymore.
No, I want you to... Hello. Congresswoman Waters, I just came to use my congressional authority to check on baby.
Ma'am, our lobby is securely now to all visitors.
Excuse me, I need to get in.
Contact our public apparel.
I need to get in.
Oh, shit, bitch.
That's hilarious.
Here's our complaint A desk. It's called a door being slammed in your face. Be sure to scream at it and tell it what you're upset about. I'm going to be on the other side of this door, not giving a fuck.
What are you hoping to do, Congresswoman?
I just want to see David Werta.
This is another great one. See, they keep all the politicians of different levels trying to force their way in, trying to interfere, trying to object, trying to stop officers from doing things. This guy ended up finding out a very valuable lesson. He can, in fact, be arrested.
Guys, back up, guys, back up. I understand. You're pregnant, but y'all need to back up. If you're interfering with this arrest, we're going to arrest.
Yeah, I remember this. He had his arm wrapped around the guy. They arrested him. He's a mayor.
Back up, guys.
Or senator, I can't remember. You're not allowed to do that. If I did that, I'd be arrested. How about you, Rug? If you did that in your country, would you be arrested? Hello?
Sorry, I was doing things that were more important. What?
I said, if you did this in your country, would you be arrested?
No.
You wouldn't be arrested if you did this in your country, interfering with an arrest? Like
No.
Wrap your arm around somebody?
He's getting a bit violent.
No.
I think you need to tase him.
You would have to prove, for one, that it's resistance of arrest, and that's kind of a hard charge.
No, that he's causing the
We need a
resistance of
certain
arrest.
amount
You
of
said, let
gigawatts
go.
to time travel here,
You
Marty.
need to stop
And the
touching
only
him
way
so
to
we can
do it is
arrest
to
him.
put
Yeah,
those
but again,
taser prongs up
you
this
have to
guy's
have the right.
ass.
Okay, so you would have to have the right from a warrant in order to perform an arrest. You can't just arrest anybody. So if you don't have the proper warrant, then you're considered liable.
They actually had the proper warrant.
They do have
Again, they would have to show the warrant.
that authority when they
They
arrest
did.
you.
And they immediately got in their face about it.
Sir,
Okay,
don't
if
show
they had
that,
the-
but that did
if they
happen.
had the legal warrant,
Senator
then this
Alex
is completely
Padilla,
wrong.
I have a
But
question for
I don't know.
the secretary, because the fact of the matter is, a half a dozen violent criminals that you're rotating on your hands off.
Yeah, that's right. Manhandle him. Drag his khaki-wearing ass out into the hallway. What are you wearing? What, did you buy that from the Gap in the 1990s and put it in the trunk to pull out now? Disgusting. You're going to have to get tased. I love the fact that he was just so shocked that he can't, barge his way into a press conference, that he can't just force his way in. That he can't just be like, I'm so, nobody gives a fuck. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Tase him, beat him, grab the billy club. Somebody get a mop. We're going to rape him. We're going to pull off some fucking war crimes out in this hallway with this guy. Getting doors slammed in their face. Getting put in cuffs. Getting arrested. Judges getting de-judged. De-benched. I'm sure there's a term for it. There needs to be one. All these fucking politicians. Oh my God. They're gonna have to learn a new phrase. You're not gonna be a judge or a politician anymore. Say it with me now, Judge Kano. Say it with me.
Put the fries in the bag.
That's right. You put them in the fucking bag, Judge Kano. I like them extra crispy, bitch. I like them extra crispy. You put the fucking fries in the bag.
Chaos erupts here in LA County. Widespread immigration raids triggering protests from Paramount to downtown. And tonight, an unlawful assembly has been declared as President Trump announces he will be deploying thousands of National Guard troops here to Los Angeles. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the News at 10. I'm Rick Chambers.
Oh my God, Rick. Can you tell me more about the wonderful land of California? I'm sure everything's going great down there. After being incinerated in wildfires that they couldn't fight because they have no water, now they've let loose the criminals. I love Gavin Newsom. When he's not doing public work projects that waste billions of dollars building bridges and roads that go to nowhere, or dumping $20 billion on homeless people so they can smoke methamphetamines outside of the daycare, because everybody loves that. Why, he's busy encouraging riots, telling the police, don't arrest anybody, don't let ICE arrest anybody. Immigrants are our friends. This was another protest of peace. Is that the term we're looking for? I don't know. I should know it. This is a Minnesota coined term after all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Governor Walz, for teaching the rest of the world about, these protests of peace that have spread all along the West Coast. Who doesn't love it?
Major developments during a second day of violent confrontations between protesters and federal agents who are out on the streets trying to round up undocumented immigrants. As I mentioned, President Trump has ordered 2,000 National Guard members to counter that violence. And that angered Governor Newsom, who said that the move was purposely inflammatory and will only escalate the tensions.
See, I love that kind of approach. No, you can't enforce the law. It might inflame intentions, okay? You might make people upset. When you've got somebody out there raping or murdering or stealing, you need to let them go. Haven't you looked at all the George Soros DAs that have been appointed all over the country? They understand how it works. Everybody gets a plea deal. Nobody gets jail time. That's how you need to appease them. What are you talking about? Punishing criminals? What a strange concept. This is California. We let them walk right out of the jail and go do it again.
We've got team coverage tonight.
Unless they said something hurtful.
KTLA5's Lindsay Pena is in downtown LA. Sky 5 is over the situation as well. But let's go to Chris Wolf. He's in Compton tonight where the clashes first erupted earlier. Chris?
Rick, unrest in Southern California continues tonight with more clashes.
No, unless you
I'm
engage in wrong
down
things.
here in
Had wrong
the
opinions.
black neighborhood.
Exactly. Well, that's what I said.
Very scared.
Then fly from prison.
As a white
free
middle class
education.
man, I've never been around so many jigaboos.
With
I
free
don't know what to
education
do.
and all about
They're
rape you can
shucking and
handle.
jiving, and now we got all these Antifa terrorists down here. I'm pretty fucking terrified. I hid my
By one.
Apple Watch up my ass, and I'm hoping they can't find it. But they might be able to smell the money, so I ate some tacos to cover it up with shit. I haven't wiped in a week. I think that Apple Watch is going to be safe. Let's talk about these riots.
Between protesters and federal agents and deputies and police over expanding immigration operations. Take a look at the scene behind me. This intersection here in Compton has been the scene of several street takeovers, so it is a hotspot for activity. We've seen continual fireworks going off. The police chopper is overhead. Now President Trump says he is sending the National Guard to this region.
Now, it's my understanding, Chris, that this is what the poor people do. They launch these fireworks as a way of communicating over long distances because you can't afford cell phones. Ever since the Obama phones went out of fashion because Trump took all their money, this is how they communicate. It's like a black person's smoke signal. It's very cheap and purchasable at a Walmart.
Last night we were in downtown Los Angeles, as many viewers may remember.
Native
Earlier today,
American
we were in
smoke signal.
Paramount, now Compton, all volatile locations.
Let's
I
be
also
real. It's
love
all the same
local
to him.
news. They'll take the whitest guy possible and be like, yeah, we got this volatile situation down in an area where a riot's happening. It's in Compton. So we're going to send you there. I'd like you to wear khakis and a polo t-shirt, maybe a cardigan sweater. Have a money clip on you with large denomination bills all folded up and visible. And we're going to send you out there at midnight because that's the right time to interview people. And we want to talk to you. We want you to cover what's going on in the violent ghetto. Good luck.
Chaos and calamity rocked Paramount Saturday on the second day of demonstrations against federal immigration operations in Southern California. KTLA was on the ground and in the air, capturing the explosive
Hot take, all
environment.
those motherfuckers need shot dead.
The mayor of Paramount says tension escalated after U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, and other federal agents were apparently staging at or near a local Home
I mean, you can
Depot
give it back to Mexico.
Sorry. Come on. All right, stereotypes exist for a reason. I think the root word for stereotype, the definition of it means pretty much accurate. All right, they went to hunt the illegal immigrants at Home fucking Depot. All right, it's like if you have a BLM riot and you go to round up the rioters and you go to the fucking Nike store. They went to the Home Depot. Tensions were inflamed at the Home Depot because that's where ICE went. Of course they did.
Oh my
Wait a minute. I missed this
Throngs
one.
of protesters
Oh,
gathered in the
that's funny.
industrial area,
And
sparking
a Home
more
Depot?
clashes between law enforcement and members
Yeah,
of
they
the
went out to
community.
the hot spots where you'd sell the orange juice and that.
Crowds taunted authorities. Some people going so far as to block a U.S. Marshals service bus, while others hurled rocks and other
I
objects.
must have missed
at law
that part when
enforcement
this was
vehicles,
going on.
according to the L.A.
Oh,
County
it's old.
Sheriff.
But
I know it's old. I know it's old. When this
You
happened,
have
I
to.
must have missed the
bullets,
Home Depot
tear
part.
gas, and
I should have made a Home Depot
flashbangs.
commercial.
How much money, chat, would you pay? How much money would you pay to get the footage of a hippie getting flashbanged in the face? I'm talking like
I've seen
high
one get
def,
smacked in the nuts once.
surround sound, good
That was
quality
beautiful.
audio
I
of some
still sleep to that one.
disgusting, dirty Antifa hippie just in the middle of the road. And some ice agent has a pitcher's arm and just right down the plate, right in his fucking face, and it explodes. We need to get, I have a feeling these riots are going to be a thing all over the country for the next year or so. So we need to get like some drone coverage of this. I want to see hippies having munitions detonated in their face.
In the last several hours, unfortunately, the crowd has grown. We believe at this time it's at approximately 350, maybe 400. As the crowd has grown, it has become more violent. A wooden pallet and then a car went up in flames during the unrest, sending black smoke into the air. The cause of the car fire is unclear.
Oh, is it unclear? I'm sorry, Chris. Is it unclear to you why there's a car fire at a riot? Let me see if I can clear it up. Let me see if I can grab my mystical fucking ball and use some telekinetic psychic powers. Like I'm out of that fucking oh my god, what was in that toll booth thing from Big? I can't remember the name of the fortune teller in it. Let me act like I'm that. I've got some magical ability. Let me see if I can parse it out for you. Why would the car be lit on fire at the riot? Maybe the illegal immigrants did it? Maybe rioters and activists and illegals are criminals that like to cause property damage because they're anarchists? Unless maybe, I don't know, Chris. Do you think maybe it spontaneously combusted? Do you think it chose that day that Honda parked itself out in the middle of the road during the fucking riots when people are hucking Molotovs and decided, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to spontaneously combust. I thought it'd be fun, little, funsies out here doing this. So we've all seen the footage of this. This happened for like 2 or 3 weeks straight. ICE goes in to do raids. They're going to do a bunch of these. They're unannounced. People start protesting. Newsom won't send in the police to back up ICE. So Trump has to send in the National Guard. And then you got Hegseth talking about sending in the Marines. It's escalating. But things are different now. Just like those judges got arrested for the bullshit they were pulling when it came to illegal immigrants and criminals. It's going as far as to let criminals fuck their wives. And just like those politicians get the cuffs slapped on them, this time things are different. The protesters that got, fat off the milk and honey of never getting held accountable or there being no consequences for all their riotous behavior during the 2020s and 2021s, even before that. I remember Justice for Jamal, whoever the fuck it was, twerking out there, burning cars. Nobody ever got punished. Nobody ever got arrested. There was nothing that ever happened. But things are a little bit different now.
That there is National Guard folks in Westwood tonight as well. So look at this. This was some video from earlier that was pretty startling to me. And you see this. These are boxes of masks being handed out, and a lot of folks seeming to just grab them like candy. These look like they are bionic face shields, which we looked at their website.
Bionic face shields. It's a $6 million immigrant. We've rebuilt him to mow lawns at a faster pace. We put the lawnmower blades directly in his feet. He can just run across your lawn. It was worth the $6 million.
Is basically recommended for machinists and auto body shops as a way to protect one's face. I don't think we expect...
Yes, chat. She is very fat. That's why he needed a flatbed truck. He couldn't bring her in like a fucking Kia. All right, she wouldn't even fit. And if she did, she'd drag the back wheels on the fucking pavement. No, they needed some muscle power for this one. That heifer needed something that could support her.
To have a lot of cars coming in for repair work tonight.
The president said yesterday that paid insurrectionists were behind or involved in the protests in Los Angeles. Does the White House have any more details about who they believe is paying these protesters?
The president spoke about this last night when he returned from Fort Bragg, because frankly the president has a lot of common sense. And if you look at some of the imagery that we have received from the Department of Homeland Security and ICE and law enforcement who are on the ground, you will see boxes and boxes of very professionalized masks and rioting equipment being dropped off for these protesters. So it's a good question the president is raising, and one we are looking into.
And, by the way, this is something that happened for the last 7 or 8 years. Every time there was a riot or unrest, there would be people handing out supplies to the fucking rioters. I can't tell you how many times I saw pallets of fucking bricks sitting at intersections for no reason. Nobody could identify how they got there. Equipment for face masks, eye protection so the chemical irritants didn't bother them when they got gassed, umbrellas, all these different things just getting brought in mass for all these people that are going to go burn shit down. And finally, things are changing a little bit.
About who is funding these insurrectionists and these rioters and these protesters and these illegal criminals. And I have updates for you on the numbers, by the way. Since June 6th, there have been 330 illegal aliens that have been arrested as part of these riots in Los Angeles. 113 of those illegal aliens had prior criminal convictions. And overall, and this includes arrests of American citizens, there's been 157 people arrested for assault and obstruction-related charges, including the attempted murder of a police officer with a Molotov cocktail. So who is funding these illegal aliens who are coming in with this very professional riot gear? It's a question everyone in this room who cares about truth should be asking. And we encourage your help in trying to get to the bottom.
Today we executed a search warrant.
Okay, this is where it starts to get good. If you remember the clip we watched at the beginning of this, with the 4,000-pound woman handing out masks, she struggled moving that large, but she did it. As she's handing out masks, there was a guy in the front of the truck, the guy organizing it. Well, this is the FBI raiding his fucking house.
On the individual who was seen earlier this week distributing face shields to suspected rioters down in Los Angeles, we have made it a huge priority to try to identify, locate, and arrest those who are involved in organizing, supporting, funding, or facilitating these riots that they're going on. It appears they're well orchestrated and coordinated and well funded, so we want to understand who these people are and where this organization's coming from.
Oh, hey, did you know the California Democratic Party bought 200 pallets of bricks? A recent review of their monthly expenditures report shows they bought a bunch of bricks, and I have nothing to say about it.
Wow, that's strange. The Democratic Party in California bought a bunch of bricks. I wonder where those bricks went. Where could they have gone? Where, oh, is that them? Are those the bricks in question? Uh-oh. Oopsie. Oopsie. Oh, God. Uh-oh. our pallets of bricks. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. How long has this been going on? Oh, fuck. Come on. During Trump's first term in office, you know how much he got fucked with relentlessly when he tried to do things? And they're trying it again. They're trying it again. Only this time it's not working so well. Now it's wearing the fuck around find out face, and I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. $35 billion to go hunt down illegal immigrants? Are you kidding me? That's the fucking budget of an army. Judges getting arrested, politicians getting arrested, the FBI fighting the fat fuck and her little simp driving around his gimp mobile with bricks in the back. Or, I'm sorry, masks in the back. The Democrats getting caught red-handed with pallets of bricks out during the LA riots. What, are you fucking kidding me? Do you know Actually, let me show you this. This is from Politico. This is just recently. Supreme Court hands Trump a major win. In a 6-3 vote, they grant Trump a request to narrow injunctions blocking his birthright citizenship order. But it's the bullet point that's really the chef's kiss. The first one. This decision sharply curtails the power of individual judges to use injunctions blocking federal government policies nationwide. Now you might be asking yourself, why is that? Oh, well, let's look at the chart, and I'll tell you an interesting figure. These are nationwide injunctions against presidents. So you see Bush has got 6, Obama 12, Trump in his first term has 64, and then there's Biden with 14. Would you like to know how many injunctions Donald Trump had in the first 5.5 months in office? Take a wild fucking guess. I'm going to do a poll, actually. Don't cheat. Nobody likes cheaters. How do I do a poll in here? Where's the poll option? How many injunctions? That's what we're going to call it. In first 6 months. There we go. Put some numbers in here. We'll do a low ball number. We'll do a 10, a 20. Let's do a 50. And we'll do 100. All right, I'm going to give you a few minutes. I really want you to think this over. Vote in the poll. Really, how many injunctions in the first... Remember, these are... The numbers you're seeing are for the whole fucking term. Bush during his presidency, 6. Obama, 12. Trump in his first... I'm sorry. All the other people, they're full terms. Trump, first term, 64. And then Biden, 14. How many do you think? How many do you think he got in the first 5.5 months, Chad? While we're waiting for that, usually I read Super Chats at the end, but that's big money. Let me read big money here. Got one from Maggie for $99 with there's no message. All right. I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, give me that money. I'm not sure if there was a message before and it's disappeared, but I'll take it. Give me that money. Oh, give me the big buckaroos. I'll give you one more minute to vote. It's at the top there. How many injunctions in the first 6 months? 10, 20, 50, or 100? Well, 10 is at 1%, 20 at 5%, 23% of you think 50, 71% are going with 100. Oh, boy. I need some game show music to put over shit like this. All right, I think we've reached the limit. Let me end poll here. 101, 70% of you think it was 100. You're actually more right than you are wrong. You're more right than you're the closest to the answer. It's 60. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? 40 to 60 injunctions within the, if I'm remembering, 40 to 60, somewhere in that ballpark, within the first 6 months. It's outrageous. It's absolutely insane. Remember, this is a guy that when he ran for office, they tried to smear him in the press, they tried to sue him civilly, they tried to put him in jail criminally, and then 2 assassins, not 1, 2 assassins, tried to shoot him in his fucking head. One at a rally and one on the golf course. And now that he's in office, 40 to 60 injunctions from lower courts to interfere. Governors interfering, not letting ICE do their job. It's not just Newsom. You've got people like Walz, who is constantly running his fat fucking mouth about J.D. Vance, about Elon Musk, fomenting people to act out. You need to do something. It's not even subtle. It's not even hidden. There's no subterfuge to it. He's outright stating what he wants you to do. 40, 60 injunctions. Christ. Well, it's a very sad day for them because the Supreme Court said, fuck off. They said, fuck off, and then he got his legislation passed. And now ICE not only has the legal authority via the president and the executive powers he wields, it has the budget. You're going to see immigration actions on a scale I don't think you could comprehend. It's not going to be raiding a Home Depot. It's going to be raiding an entire city. When they keep talking about sanctuary cities, I want you to imagine an army, a fucking army of ICE officers, Marines, and National Guards sweeping an entire city at a time. Rolling through with tanks to round up the illegals. they'll be forced to walk with lawnmowers all the way down to Alligator Alcatraz.
On a scheduling note, tomorrow, President Trump will travel to the great state of Florida to attend the opening of a new illegal alien detention center located at Dade Collier Training and Transition Airport alongside
I hope
Secretary
Gator likes
Kristi
his new
Noem,
job.
Governor Ron DeSantis, Congressman
Yep.
Byron Donalds, and other
I'm sure
state
he does.
and local leaders. We hope to see many of you there. The facility is in the heart of the Everglades and will be informally known as Alligator Alcatraz.
They fucking actually called it that. They're building signs that say that. Fucking based.
Fucking based.
No, I don't think he knows that.
So Gator's gaining
back it up,
gainfully employed.
Little bit to the left. Get the
talking
alligator
about-
down there. We've got immigrants it needs to eat. Back it up to the left. Oh, we got Juans that need to feed.
Remember when he said we should put alligators in the river between Mexico and Texas? The Rio
Yeah,
Grande?
I still think we need to.
I mean, it's kind of like a hit smack to the face on that one.
Just
like,
like
hey,
to say.
I did it.
All right, when you see this, a lot of leftists on Twitter lost their shit when they saw this. All right, first off, that has ducting. There's air conditioning flowing throughout this entire building. They all have bunks. They're not sleeping on the floor. And then look at that flooring. It's very nice. It's very nice. It's a little slippery. Now, they went with a stone because they know when it gets wet after jumping into the trench with, the moat with the alligators, that it will make them, slip on the stone and they'll get a concussion. They'll fall over. It's hard to escape as they're running away from the live alligators, which are going to feast upon them.
And with the alligator Alcatraz, is the idea that if some illegal immigrants escape, they just get eaten by an alligator or a snake or something?
I guess that's the concept. This is not a nice business. I guess that's the concept. If snakes are fast, but alligators are, we're going to teach them how to run away from an alligator, okay? If they escape prison, how to run away. Don't run in a straight line. Run like this. And you know what? Your chances go up about 1%.
Come on, Juan. You got to juke and jive a little. All right, you need to run that ball into the end zone, or else you're going to be eaten by alligators. I learned this strategy working as an ice guard at Alligator Alcatraz. We're going to win. We're going to win that regional football championship. Coach bought some alligators. I saw how fast those immigrants ran. You got to zigzag.
Not a good thing.
We're offering up our National Guard and other folks in Florida to be deputized to be immigration judges. We're working with the Department of Justice for the approvals. I'm sure Pam will approve. But then I'll have a National Guard judge advocate here. Someone has a notice to appear. Biden would tell them to come back in 3 years and appear. Now you'll be able to appear in like a day or two, so they're not going to be detained, hopefully, for all that long. We'll have people here in this facility that can make, it's a bureaucracy. The president's got to deal with the bureaucracy. Now, that Supreme Court ruling was good because that's going to allow him to be able to exercise Article 2 the way founders intended, but you still have bureaucracy. So we want to cut through that so that we have an efficient operation between Florida and DHS to get the removal of these illegals done.
On a schedule.
Now, I want you to listen to what he said at the beginning, because I don't think you understand how fucking based shit's about to get. Listen really carefully to what he says.
Not a good thing.
We're offering up our National Guard and other folks in Florida to be deputized to be immigration judges.
Okay. All right. I don't think you fucking comprehend what he just said. He's going to deputize law enforcement and other people to be judges. Meaning, you not only get to hunt them down and arrest them, you get to judge them on the spot. Fucking...
Judge Dredd, anyone?
We're going full fucking Judge Dredd in America, ladies and gentlemen.
God, that'd be awesome.
We're going
Let's
full
do it.
ICE
Let's
agents
do
are
it.
fucking
Fucking
they're literally
do it.
judges now.
Give them
We've
the
entered
special
the period of
guns.
Judge Dredd. You can hunt them down for sport and judge them on the spot. It's time for a heat round to the face, Juan. It's time for a heat round to the... Everybody does better. We all come together and just in a warm, fuzzy feeling when we're hunting down immigrants. All right? When you rev up the concentration camps, everybody has a good time. Look at Venezuela out there putting together badass propaganda. Let me just interrupt this badass piece of propaganda. Sorry, I said Venezuela. Let me take that filthy country's name out of my mouth. I meant El Salvador. If I get the country right, I don't know. And I like I like how they shackle them and move them around like bad pets, like they pissed on the carpet. Now they're getting punished, and then they shave them down.
César Eliseo Sortomaya.
Easy!
I love that they spent the budget to put that together. They were so proud of it. It's a great piece of propaganda. I don't know if you've noticed too, but on Twitter, the White House and ICE have been putting together their own little propaganda pieces. Very nice stuff. Very high energy. Like it. Enjoying it quite a bit. Now, some people see that and they think, oh my God, those poor sweethearts. My heart breaks for them. You want a high trust society? You want things to be nice? You want to be able to walk down the street, keep your door open, not worry about getting robbed or raped or beaten? Then you need to start dealing with the people that take advantage of what makes a high trust society high trust. Got to take care of that criminal element. Got to take care of those people out there to do you harm. And there is a suicidal empathy ingrained in certain people to feel more related, to feel more kinship with the abuser than the abused, which is strange to me. Those men that have been hauled off to that prison camp are not good people. People going to Alcatraz are not good people. Got a real fucking problem in this country. You saw the Colorado News report. You saw that the judge there, in between letting his wife get fucked by a gangbanger from another country, was giving the guy access to fucking weapons. It's the whole concept of a narco-tyranny. The government is against you. You can't even defend yourself, and then you're punished when you do. We were so close to that. And then we pulled around and decided, nah, I think we're good. Now it's not just El Salvador. It's South Sudan? Is that where we're shipping them next? We need to send them to, you know what Djibouti is? You ever hear of Djibouti? So the French Foreign Legion, when they would take in all these fat fucking foreigners, they decided the best way to really shape them up, to make sure that they weren't pussies, they'd send them to a special training course in this country called Djibouti, which is a fucking hellhole. It's like 200 degrees. You cook. You can't even walk outside without bursting into flames. We need to send them there. That's where they need to go. Fuck South Sudan. That's where they need to go. I don't know. I'm feeling very energetic about it. I think ICE needs our support. We need to get them like a theme song. People need to clap when they're out there doing that. We need to hire cheerleaders. In fact, I know the perfect group of people who've already got the perfect cheer for them. What do you think? Oh my! Could you imagine? Could you imagine you're an illegal immigrant and you just got detained and your family's there sobbing as you're getting shackled, and these little white girls come out and start doing a little cheer? They start doing a little Toro cheer for you? Hey, Dad, what's that conversation at prison camp going to be like? Like, dude, what happened to you? Yeah, man, I was out there in my taco truck and all these little white girls started cheering. They started doing a fucking routine. They started doing a routine, dancing. They had it choreographed and everything because I was getting shackled. Oh, right. Oh, I don't know what the fuck was going on. And then the White House tweeted out a picture of me calling me a fat fuck. It made me cry very much. I don't feel so good. I'm just a criminal. I just bring in meth. I don't know why they're so mad at me. All the little white girls are dancing. They're doing a little celebration. Oh, huh? That's not nice. Jim, you're so mean. They have feelings, too. Have you ever thought about their feelings? Oh. It's very good.
Nope.
It's very high
I haven't.
energy. The period right now that we're going through, this, what's the term for it? I talked about it before. It's like when you come out of a cult. There's a period of time where you kind of decompress. There's a specific phrase for it. Where you unfuck your mind. I feel like America's going through that. They're starting to ask themselves some questions like, wait a minute. Why were we ever okay with illegal immigrants getting access to medical coverage and driver's licenses and not having to pay taxes? Why were we okay with letting prisoners go? Why were we okay with people burning our cities down? That kind of is fucking weird. Why were we fine with that? Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But you've got to talk about kind of what's the main driving force behind it. I mean, watch some of the goofy stuff. We saw the judge getting his wife getting banged, so I guess the force behind that was he was horny. But for the majority of people, like that gentleman getting arrested with a bionic mask, what's going to come of that? Who was funding him? Or the Democratic Party sending in pallets worth of fucking bricks to riot sites all throughout LA while this was going on? Is there a group of people, perchance, that are behind it? If we look at some of the rioting that's been going on, some of the groups involved, maybe Trans-Tifa, if we were to look at that, could we possibly puzzle together who might be behind this nefarious plan? Yes, we could. Oh, Trans-Tifa. Got some good footage of that. I've got some illuminating shit on Trans-Tifa. Oh, we all love them, don't we, folks? But I think now would be a good time for the midstream break. We've gone for about an hour or so here. I've got shirts to sell, goddammit. This is a hat-funded economy. And to celebrate the 4th of July and the jingoistic Americana that I'm loving the return of. I love that big dick American energy. Feeling good. Everybody's got that going. Got a collection. A nice little collection over at the store. We've got some 1776 Brutal Americanism. Hola, amigo. Heritage American. The ICE shirt where it says, in Spanish, if you can read this, you're getting deported. I think if you wear that shirt when you report somebody, you get a bounty. I don't know if maybe I could get a merch deal with ICE going. I'm not 100% certain.
Oh,
And
God.
where would you go to get these amazing shirts and hats in this hat-footed economy? Over at Metokur.myshopify.com. While we take our midstream break here, I'll let a commercial play so you know where to go buy it. Because we all love this jingoistic shit. I do. I'm fucking down for it. Feeling good to be an American. And trebuchet illegals over there. Should make it a fucking Olympic sport, if you're asking me. Let's put the merch commercial on. And we'll be back in 5 minutes. Let's say 5 minutes.
Oh no, Rogue paused it. All right.
I killed the sound. I didn't pause it.
Well, I mean, you know what I meant.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I called his Americano an ice thing. So
yeah, you weren't too wrong. I didn't think you'd be wrong either. But it's kind of getting boring here in places there and there, and then I'm like, oh, I know about that. I know about that.
No, I mean I know about the entire thing that has happened because I get to hear it from the kind of the neutral conversation, not really right, not really left, from your side of the neck of the woods. So I mean, I could see some humor in some things, but realistically, I've already seen the propaganda for the what is it, the San Salvadorian prison or El Salvadorian prison. Sure, whatever. Some of them actually are political rivals that exist in there. So it's not just MS-13. That there's a lot more to this than what meets the eye over there. But yeah, okay. I'm still hoping for something good, but overall, not bad. It's just classic hits. Classic hits.
Classic hits.
Yeah.
Everyone's gotta love classics.
Yeah. Otherwise, thoughts on the stream so far since we've gotten to, I guess,
a little boring, little hair.
It's an Americana stream, so
no, that's unfortunate. Sometimes it is pretty boring, but it's like, okay, cool.
I'm not bored with it. I mean, I listen to Jim talk most times anyways, just to preoccupy time. So it's like no different this time.
Yes and no. I mean, when he does his propaganda streams, they're really American centric and that because he's done it before. So I mean, it's a fascinating one. It can be kind of a rinse and repeat. It's easy pickings. The jokes, they don't hit as hard as they could be, but it is what it is. But it is his summer streams, which is classic. Because he did it when you guys had your Summer of Love and a few other different things. And honestly, I kind of tuned out on most of those live streams.
Yep, hang on.
Yeah, no worries. But yeah, no. If Jim finds them interesting, they're interesting. Yeah. Alrighty. yet? No. Not yet. Oh, we got something new. Yeah, okay, that's it. So wait around and shut up, stream. Wait around and shut it.
Okay. I'm back.
No, you didn't miss much.
Yeah, I know. Wife came in. And was like, how do I put this? Wife came in and said she was pulling a Judy. No, not Judy. What's George's wife's name in Jetsons?
Judy Jetson.
It is. I thought Judy was the daughter's name.
You know what? Maybe you're right. Let me double check.
Yeah, I thought Judy was the daughter's name.
Let's see what Wiki tells me. Jane.
Yeah, my wife came in here and said she's pulling a Jane Jetson, taking my wallet, going to Walmart.
Best hats
Nice.
on the internet, some great
Nice.
shirts and t-shirts and mugs and all the other shit. Lots of
At least you don't have an automatic treadmill that you have to run on.
big money. Oh, let me
We do have a treadmill.
I've got one from Grass.
Great.
It's not
automatic.
automatic.
Between friends.
I see.
Well, nice.
Yeah, the treadmill was meant for Astro to walk, but
Evil Bunny here, buddy. Say hi, Tammy. Thanks for everything. From your husband. All right.
Judy, is the oldest girl. Always the boy.
Oh, can I get to it? There we go. Emperor Dion the Lion. Hey, Metokur, did you hear how many of these Cuban immigrants voted for Trump because they thought black Americans would get deported? To where exactly? But now they're the ones being deported. Anyways, my channel got a strike for being a little too based, but shout me out. Well, Emperor Dion the Lion, there you go. They got hoisted by their own petard, did they? A little turnabout is fair play. Is that what happened? Oh, well, let's get back into this here. Where were we? Oh, we were laughing. We're laughing at everything. Okay, so I compiled a little bit more of the anti-ICE rioting behavior, especially in particular from one section of the United States. There's, well, I guess calling it a section's underplaying the size of it. We're talking about the West Coast, Washington, Oregon, and California. Can you guess? Can you guess what majority of this footage revolves around? Oh, I hope you're ready. This is going to be fun. I think we're all going to have a lot of fun. But first, let me just show you a few things. Well, actually, do I want to show you this last, or do I want to show this first? I'm going to show that last. We're going to go to this first. We're going to go to this first.
I ain't opening this motherfucking door.
I ain't opening this motherfucking door.
Uh-huh.
You ain't gonna have a choice when they beat it down.
I like these are two different clips from the same person, by the way. Like, imagine you're just you're hanging out in your fucking apartment, and this shit's going on nonstop, day and night. Smelly fucking commie hippies.
Oh, I was supposed to be trapped in the house. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be playing target practice.
They were.
It depends on where.
They are playing target practice. Do you know what kind of paintballs they were using?
Again, it depends on where. If it's California, it's completely different.
No, well, they were paintball. They were baseballs. Still.
Have you ever noticed? I've kind of noticed this play out over the last fucking decade.
I wish they could use live ammo.
Politicians, when they talk about this sort of shit, always talk about the rights of the
California.
The people that are causing the disruptions.
It depends where.
Not like to escalate or incite tensions or looking out for their rights to burn your shit to the ground. But they never talk about the people in the community that get fucked with. Minnesota's a great example of that. When the BLM riots happened here because of George Floyd, and the ones preceding it and the ones following it. All right, walls bent over backwards.
Yeah, but most of the places that were burnt down were owned by blacks.
Get burned to the ground with the excuse that insurance would cover it, everybody'd be fine. Except nobody was fine. All these small businesses folded. People left the neighborhood. it became a shithole. Minneapolis is a shithole right now. But I've seen that repeat itself with Newsom and everybody
Well,
else.
Minneapolis
Always talking,
in
always
general
wanting
is
to
a
protect
shithole
it,
from
give
what
all the rights, and
I've
never
been
arrest, and
told.
never
So.
prosecute. But the poor motherfucker stuck in an apartment complex or a house
So
that's on the boulevard this
it
shit's
adds
going
to
on,
the flavor.
just has to live with it every fucking day of their life. Oh, by the way, this clip, if you're going to do a propaganda piece for ICE in America, like El Salvador did for their shit, this is so fucking great. I love, there's something about this shot where the gates open. Just watch. It's so fucking good.
That's noisy as fuck.
My ears.
I fucking love that. Pushes the dirty little hippie back on her ass. They're coming out just locked and loaded and ready to fuck with them. It's not even a game. We're just coming. We've come to play. Man, imagine this is your job. Like, this is, again, all of this shit, it's just the flavor of the week for these people, but, you know, it's quote-unquote the protest against immigration and rounding up illegal immigrants. But just have to deal with this shit every day. As a cop or as an ICE agent, you can't tell me you would want to grab your baton and just crack somebody's fucking skull. Is it Florida or is it Texas that redid their laws where it says that if protesters are blocking your vehicle, you're legally allowed to run them over?
Florida and Oklahoma.
They just did it.
Correct.
Texas
They just did
too.
it very recently.
No.
Where like, you know,
they
if
had
you're being
to
hemmed in,
restructure
if
it.
they're fucking with your commute to go to work because they're dicks, you're legally allowed
You know,
to
they
just
also have
floor it.
Houston and
You could
a
put
few
your
other
foot,
different
you could put the pedal down
blue areas
all the
that
way
oppose that idea.
and just pull that motherfucker right over their corpse. Florida's building alligator Alcatraz. Florida's deputizing everybody to be judges. Florida's out there letting it be legal to run these motherfuckers over. Oh, God, DeSantis really wants to run after Trump's term is over, doesn't he? He's like, look at my state. We let you hunt criminals. We made it into a sport. We've made it legal to hunt people for sport in our state.
Watch out!
You ever notice too, and I know this has been commented on before, but at a lot of these anti-ICE rallies, where they're talking about how all these people just want to be American, they love America, you know, the land of opportunity, they're always waving flags from countries they fled. Why is that? If you fled here from Mexico, because Mexico is such a ungodly, hellish shithole, why are you waving their flag talking about Mexican pride? Why are you coming here with the flag of a foreign nation marching in my street illegally? You know, telling me fuck America and Mexican pride. If it's so great, go back.
Stop saying put your hands in the air and just shoot them.
God, can you imagine the smell? Just a bunch of fat Mexican girls and dirty white hippies. It must smell like shit. I think that's why they're wearing the facial coverings. I know the media's been up their ass. Why are all the Marines? Why are the National Guard? Why are our ICE agents wearing face masks? The response should be, I wish Homan would go out there and be like, have you ever smelled these people? Have you ever smelled these disgusting fucks? Now this is, I think, heartwarming, Chad. There's no better way to convince middle-class America that illegal immigrants should be allowed to stay here and that ICE is evil than just getting together on the 4th of July and burning the American flag. Just, screaming, fuck the government, fuck Whitey, fuck the 4th of July, fuck history. Let's burn the flag. We love our illegal immigrants, and let's get the rest of America to love them too. Let's burn the flag.
This motherfucker's teeth would be bashed all over the fucking ground if I was there.
I didn't notice it before. Let me back the footage up a little bit. Hold on. Let me get this where I need to get it. Is this the African American Carrot Top? What the fuck? How unfortunate are you? Holy fuck! You're a ginger. You're a black dude who's a ginger. Good God, just kill yourself. It's game over at that point. You've got so much working. No wonder. Oh, he's raging against everything. It's not even directed at us. It's that he's not there because of the immigrants and he hates America. He's just mad that he's a ginger black dude. I can kind of sympathize. Somebody buy him a gun and let him just finish it.
Jesus Christ.
Well, he's not wrong, except for that's a woman. Maybe not.
Fuck the fork.
Maybe he's right.
Fuck the fork. Fuck the fork.
I can't stop looking at him. That's all I can focus on now. I don't know how I missed this originally when I was cutting this piece for this little collage. My little montage. How does that happen? It's not even red. He's not even a ginger. It's orange. It's the worst color. It's the worst color. Orange and black don't go together. God almighty, that's unfortunate. Do you think that was by choice? Was he held at gunpoint? Did one of those gangbangers that was fucking that judge's wife show up with a gun he stole from the guy's daughter and say, hey, you better paint your hair orange or I'm going to shoot you?
Here's your issues.
Now this clip is actually interesting. You might wonder, how is this related? This is a homeless encampment getting shut down. Oh, well, you're going to find out, or at least I would hope you would have pieced this together by now. But you'll notice that a majority of those that support these rioting activist movements, regardless of what they are, BLM, anti-immigration, whatever it is, they're always out there, advocating, quote unquote, for the homeless. But what they're really advocating for is a steady stream of easily bribed people they can give drugs to go out and help cause destruction. That's why these fucking activists, who take part in all these protests are always so pro-homeless. They want them on every street corner. They want them high as a kite on meth and not in jail or arrested or in a fucking shelter. They want them out on the street burning shit down because they know 1 or 2 pills of Oxy and they got them. It's a cheap buy.
Okay, so I leave for 20 minutes and I come back and we're sweeping camp with 0 notice.
No, they got posted.
Where? I haven't seen it. I've been here every day. Where?
It was posted and documented.
Can you tell me where it was posted? Can you show me?
Oh, there's nothing I love more than the sassy gay guy voice. I love the indignant, and it's not just sassy gay, indignant sassy gay. When they just walk up and they're sassing you, they're just so sassy. You want to punch them right in the face.
You don't remember because it wasn't posted. I've been here every day and it wasn't posted. Can you tell me your badge number and your name, please? And
Excuse me. Excuse me. Can I get your badge number? I need your badge number right now. I'm very upset. I'm out here on the street corner sucking dicks, and you're arresting all the homeless men whose cocks I wish to fillet. That is a hate crime. The governor said you need to let me suck cock. And I need all these homeless men with their AIDS-riddled gonorrhea dicks just fucking my mouth, feeding me and seating me. That's how I live in Seattle.
Would you like to tell? Yeah.
652.
And what was your name?
652.
Your name is 652. Yeah, you're not telling me your name because you know it wasn't fucking posted. Do you guys want to tell me when this happened without it being posted?
I tell you, but these people are not subject to the same rules as well.
Okay, so they have it documented. You can request that the city send you that document. We're not the ones that hold it, okay? And this area right now is closed so they can do their job. If you want to pick anything up, you can go to their warehouse in about 4 hours.
I love how it's a chick. There's something about women. Women have a very special relationship with gay men. They cut through the shit a lot of the time. She basically walked over and said, "Get the fuck out of here, faggot. Go be a fag somewhere else. Go suck a dick down another street corner. We're busy arresting these people. I have a vagina. You have no power here. My pussy means that you have no power here. That guy over there, he got confused. He has a penis. I don't have a penis, and I don't tolerate sassy gay men."
Yes. Public sidewalk. Great.
Yep,
awesome.
just for this moment.
Great. Awesome.
Turn that shit down!
Oh, now this is where it gets fun. If you remember at the start of the clips, where that lady's in the apartment complex and she's got all these people making all this fucking noise. You know, I talked about deprogramming. That's the word I was looking for. As if people kind of come out of this cult-like status of how bad things were. You know, as judges get arrested, politicians get arrested, rioters get arrested. Normal people are just reaching their level. They're hitting their tolerance level of taking shit.
She don't look normal.
So I put together a few clips of this because it's heartwarming. It's heartwarming. Watch people screaming at communist hippies. I fucking love it.
It's midnight! I will turn it down. I would love to. You just have to ask my...
Oh, I told you. Sassy gay dude. What do we got here? Literally. Tight leather chaps. No shirt. He's wearing a fucking harness. Or are we going to hook you up to a cart? You're going to giddy up around the city center? You going to haul me somewhere, faggot? Why are you wearing a harness? What possible reason would you have to wear that in this year? Fucking tight leather pants, his harness, dyed hair with a megaphone, being super sassy and gay.
Being nice even though you're screaming at me. Fuck you! Okay. I'm going back every night. I'm destroying and wrecking your shit. Turn it down. We the people need sleep. Motherfuckers. You're worse than I You heard what I said, bitch! Talking to us calmly would be a hell of a lot better than... Go fuck yourself! Decolonize your fucking ass, bitch!
Open again, whoop ass, woman.
My favorite line of this clip.
That's
this little white girl,
she's a
liberal
lesbo.
art student, I guarantee you. It's probably at fucking Evergreen College, one of those.
So
you know?
it's
super hippie,
gay on gay fights.
super progressive stack believer, that kind of bitch. And there's this big black woman telling her to decolonize her own ass.
Go fuck yourself, bro. I don't give a fuck. Stick that cane up your ass.
Come on, I'm ready to go.
Oh, this one is interesting. If you go to Andy Nagau's Twitter account, he tracks a lot of Transtifa, especially on the West Coast. And there are certain insane motherfuckers out there. Now, here's this older white woman going fucking pole to pole, pulling down all the tranny Antifa fucking posters, talking about rioting and doing shit. And this dude loses his shit. This little old woman is just fucking with Antifa for the fun of it on a Sunday.
Hi.
Oh, do you notice too? Look in the center of the screen. Make her famous. They're always into that cancel shit. We're gonna dox you. Oh, so scary, Transtifa. Here comes his spurg out.
Watch your back, ugly ass cracker. I'm posting this picture everywhere. Also, I'll keep an eye out for your bitch ass.
Do you notice? Have you noticed anything, by the way? Every time one of these guys speaks, it's always a sassy gay voice. Are you starting to notice a little bit of a stereotype ringing true here?
I'm gonna make cook stew out of your fucking head, bitch.
Go. Seemed very upset. Little upset, little bit sassy.
That makes you a fucking threat. You need to fucking go.
Leave! Leave! You're gonna blow vape smoke in your face repeatedly again or skip around you again? I'll do it. We don't care.
Yo, bro, if you don't get off the street with your MAGA hat, I'm gonna vape in front of you. What an insufficient threat that is. I'll cook their Zoomers. What is that? I'm gonna vape in your face. I smoke cigarettes, faggot. What is your vape gonna do? You're gonna blow fucking what is that gonna? Oh no! Oh, the air's a little more moisturized. Oh god, the humidity's getting to me. Please don't vape in my direction.
Do whatever you want. We don't care. We don't care. Go. Go. We don't care. I'm protesting. We don't care. We don't care.
You're not protesting, bitch. Get the fuck out of here.
Go.
You come in and you put hands on me.
Can someone just break all these people's teeth on the fucking concrete, please? Please, thank you.
Is a cop your brother? Are you a cop's brother?
Who?
Are you related to a police officer?
No, I'm not. Okay.
Because a lot of times people
get the fuck home!
I swear to God, man, I'm gonna vape so fucking hard. I'm gonna get the sassy gay guy in the horse harness over here.
Go to fuck home. Yeah, take your own fucking advice.
Go. I will tell you what to do because we don't fuck with you.
Eyes. I don't fuck with you.
Fuck eyes.
Fuck eyes. Go home.
None of us is free until we're all free.
Oh, here we go. If you want me to put a bow tie on this. So who is helping to foment this? I'm not talking about the money angle, because yeah, people are bringing bricks, they're bringing mass. We all get it. There are rich forces behind a lot of this shit. We understand that. I don't think that needs to be explained to you. But who are the organizational middlemen? Who are the people that are helping to take, the edict from on high, from the money, and deliver it to the homeless dregs on the street, the people of their horse harnesses and assless chaps, the homeless drug addicts, the sassy gay men? Who's that middleman? Well, enter the communists. Oh my God, McCarthy was much more right than he was wrong. You will find these fuckers everywhere. They're always behind the scenes, and they hold little meetings, where they talk about their goals and their aspirations for their protests and their movements. So let's listen to a little audio. I want you to hear how brain dead retarded modern day Western communism is.
And an injury to one is an injury to all. And yes, trans joy is political. And I'm here to say that there is no greater joy than the joy of militancy.
Trans joy is political. And the best kind of trans joy is militant for trans joy. Now it's starting to make sense why all those sassy gay men are out on the street wearing bras and in dresses and assless chaps. They're being militant and expressing their trans joy as directed by the Communist Party of America.
When our march arrived at the edge of Volunteer Park on Friday evening, the energy radiating from our crowd of 200 militant marchers was truly electric. From the newly minted trans socialist organizers who got to lead with megaphones for the very first time, to the countless young trans people who had perhaps never had the opportunity to participate in a militant, solidarity-based direct action around trans rights.
They should all be destroyed.
I don't think you understand how nefarious this is. Much like how they, are very pro-homeless because they want easy bodies to collect for protests. I honestly think that the commies, at the behest, acting as the middlemen, that the commies have helped to spread transsexualism, to take mentally disturbed young men, to turn them into street fighters for their cause. They're arming all the sassy gay men in dresses and sending them out into the streets. Well, the 60 or so % that survive, aside from the 40% that, off themselves.
The joy was palpable and undeniably powerful. What joy could be greater than the joy that comes from the knowledge that when we fight together, we can win? And comrades, we really need that win. To end all these oppressions, we're going to have to rise up against them and against the capitalist exploitation that lies at the root of them. We're going to need to fight together as a class to overthrow the whole damn thing and replace it with a society based on the needs of the entire human race instead of a tiny, power-hungry minority without
the needs of the entire human race is to
not
rid the world of
irony
retards.
In that statement. A tiny minority with outsized weight to throw around. It's always projection. That, sir, is what you are. You and the rest of the leftist communists, you and the trannies, you and the rioters, you are a minority that has outsized weight you throw around. You do not have the numbers to affect the change you want. So you go around and be destructive. And you work in concert with people that have been bought in the mainstream media and in government and in the judicial branch to wreak havoc everywhere. But he says this, thinking it applies to the general population. It applies to him. It applies to him. Also wearing a mask while on a video call. And I guarantee you he's the type of person that would scream about an ICE agent out enforcing something wearing a face covering. He'd have a problem with that, but not with him covering up his identity.
The existence and acceptance in society of queer and trans people is a threat to the social narrative that the ruling class uses to uphold the structure of the nuclear family, an exploitative structure they created for their own ends. They attempt to uphold that.
By the way, they hate traditionalism and they fucking hate the nuclear family. If you thought, I want you to think on all the advertisements and all the television shows for the last 10 to 20 years that have really harped on trying to make the family dynamic look dysfunctional, to paint heterosexual relationships as weird, marriage is weird, having a family is weird, caring about your kids is weird, wanting any of that is weird. That's what he advocates for. He thinks it's fucked up that you want to get married and have kids. Yeah. He thinks it's fucked up. You see that as normal. He seeks to destroy that. These people very much are into spreading this sort of shit and proliferating it throughout society as a whole, whether that's through entertainment or through governance. Anything they can do to subvert you and to make you think you're the weird one. The same guy that says shit like trans joy is political and it needs to be militant is also the guy that said, a mother and a father raising a child is weird.
Structure by propagating narratives that women and men are inherently different from each other by nature, that sex and gender are the same thing, and that people who transgress these fabricated boundaries are at best sick and at worst predatory. In a word, bullshit.
Can someone please break this guy's
where it is that the origin of oppression of queer people, both trans and also gay people. You know, there's a common
Ooh, a
origin,
Zoom
you know, in terms of
Or is that the
nuclear family being a very useful tool for reproducing new workers and having a system in which to train them through specifically women's oppression in the form of making them handle, like the term you used was reproductive labor, which is the term that we Marxists use to describe just like everything that it takes to train and raise and otherwise
Reproductive labor. They can't even see a functional relationship, people being in love and having a family, as something existing outside the concept of their class warfare. Everything is labor. A woman having a child is a form of employment. To them, they can't fathom the idea that there's a normal family dynamic. It's all work. The man must have tricked the woman. He secretly inseminated her against her will and has now put her in slave labor to give birth to a baby. They're fucking lunatic. Just listen to the shit they say. How miserable are they? They seek to spread that misery everywhere.
Where have you been, Jim? It's been since the mid-90s.
I hear a lot of rhetoric online, and especially, you know, in right-wing circles of like abolition of the nuclear family, and they want to come after traditional gender roles and traditional nuclear family and like one man, one woman, and the kids and the dogs and the 2.5 fences or whatever it is. And they kind of paint it as if that husband, wife, 2.5 kids, and a golden retriever is like how it's always been, and how like it's just human nature. It's just the way it is. But when I first kind of started, exploring Marxism and read Engel's book on the origin of the family, it really is. You think about the nuclear family, and it was essentially created to send men to work in factories for low wages and high output, and then was meant to keep women home, isolated, so that they can't independently organize, and then also, you know, raising the next generation of workers so that they basically have a complete endless flow.
I love how she frames it.
It had
like
nothing
that.
to do with that we were
Because
providing.
again, everything has to be employment. There can't
Had
be a
nothing to do with
concept of a
that.
family structure, or
Actually,
the idea that, you know,
the truth behind the nuclear family, it's actually
contributes in their
propaganda.
own way.
It was
But,
actually created by the media. It's just after the World. Yeah, it was just after World War II.
They don't see that as being possibly.
It's true.
I'm not denying that. I know what you're talking about, but I mean, marriage was happening long before the nuclear family was.
No, I know, but again, the idea of having the
Tom
and the dog, the 2.5 kids, that's propaganda.
Deeply.
Oh no, I know
that's all right.
I know that.
So.
Ingrained.
But that propaganda was for a different reason, not to keep women down.
Activist
No. I know that. That's really basically
always there.
They are partially right. It is to try to get people to continue to work.
They are only,
but I think
they're only right in name alone. That's
a pretty good finger on the pulse of them trying to be subversive.
But no, they have the right parts.
And when you look at the nuclear family like that, in an honest lens, abolition of the nuclear family doesn't sound so big and scary, and it's these little pieces and these little, you know,
was to keep people working
specific phrases that get taken
it's
out of
not big and
context to
scary,
make
but we
Marxism
must
seem like
destroy
this kind of
it.
evil, scary separately.
I guess
it's just taken out of context. You're just trying to make it look evil and scary. You're literally sitting here telling me trans rights should be militant and it's joyful.
Yeah, but no,
and that you
the
seek to
nuclear
undermine
family
and
also
destroy
came
the
with the
nuclear
side
family.
of Red Scare.
How is that taken out of context?
I
You've
love that
plainly
time
spoken
frame.
and said what it is you really truly advocate for and believe in.
Their own identity grouping in the struggle against exploitation, and to make sure that the nuclear family stays the norm so that they can outsource the labor of social reproduction, oppressing women by saddling them with all the work of childbearing, housework, and elder care while forcing down their wages relative to men.
Show me a man who can childbear.
Can we talk about any of the studies that have come out in the last 20 years talking about fulfillment and
His name is
happiness
Mr.
in life,
Metokur.
and how many women that have gone into the workforce and have been single and didn't start a family are fucking miserable?
He did
That's
give
not to
birth.
say that it has to be barefoot and
It's on his
pregnant.
Twitter.
But there seems to be a trade-off that's happened, and a lot of women are finding out they're not very satisfied with it. And it's also interesting watching the correlation and the rise between that unhappiness in women in the modern day and age. And people, have you ever seen these real-life dolls, these newborn baby dolls? There's an entire business about it. I think, what is it, Papa Meat or whatever, did a fucking video on this, talking about how it's big business now. People want realistic-looking fake babies because they gave up on families on their own, and it's become this big market with independent artists out there building these fucking abominations. It looks like some creepy fucking hell doll that looks like it could rival Chucky, like it came out of some movie franchise sequel from the 80s. And people are buying it up. They're having fake babies. They're so unhappy. They're eggless, and they're not married. They have no relationships, and they turned out, trading that for that career for a family wasn't something that made them happy. Yet they will never talk about that. They will say that the nuclear family is wrong, that traditionalism is wrong, and that they just need to just destroy it to make everything better.
By now, I hope you're seeing a bit of how the capitalists work to keep the people they marginalize fighting separately in their own identity groups.
Small percentage.
And I hope you're also moving toward the conclusion that our struggles are deeply connected, if you're not already there, and that trans and queer people need to fight back alongside women and black people against our respective oppressions under capitalism. I also want to argue that we need to stand with immigrants against the terror campaign that is currently being unleashed on them.
See, I know it was
trans,
a bit of a build-up, but I wanted to end it with this specific, group of idiots talking.
Most trans are.
With that, he brings in everything: destruction of the nuclear family, trans rights, queer people rising up. But of course, it ends. The capstone on that is those goddamn ICE agents. We've got to stand in solidarity with the illegal immigrants against those ICE
and
agents.
With Palestinians against the outright genocide being carried out by the state of Israel and their imperialist allies around the world, and especially in the U.S.
I don't know how much more obvious I can make it. They're literally marching in the streets saying what they believe. You never see it on news broadcasts, but here they are. Another one of their fucking parades. A commie parade.
There's only one solution. Communist revolution! Revolution! There's only one solution. There's only one solution. Communist revolution! Communist revolution! Let's war, not culture war! 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 No war in the class 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 war! Fight Trump and the Democrats do! And the Democrats do! Neither party represents you! Neither party represents you! Only we can win this fight! Only we can win this fight! Workers on the world unite! Workers on the world unite! Only we can win this fight! Only we can win this fight! No war in the class war! No war in the class war! No war in the class war! No war! Stand up, fight back! Stand up, fight back! Stand up, fight back! Stand up, fight back!
Now, I want you to take a really good look at this. This is a gathering of the same people that are out there protesting right now against ICE, against the illegal immigrants getting deported. And you'll notice something. You'll see Mexican flags, trans flags, gay flags, communist flags. You'll see every variety of sexual interest or fetishism on display here. It's an amalgam of every sort of person. And they are for everything except America. The left has become the party that is literally for everything except America. For illegal immigrants, for sexual degeneracy, for communism, for anti-traditionalism, but not for America. Can't be proud of the country, can't be proud of the people in the country, can't be proud of any of the apparatuses of the power of the country. It's just a group of miserable, unhappy fucking people dedicated to making everybody else miserable and unhappy. And we have reached a tipping point where things are changing. Now, will they all be solved? Will all the problems be taken care of? Probably not. But you've been shown through USAid getting cut, through all these different things happening. Oh, 1 second. 1 second here.
Jim got a pizza, probably, or something.
Sorry about that. A little bit of an interruption to make sure my audio is working.
Pepperoni?
No, my audio is working.
Potatoes.
You've been shown through USAid being cut. You've been shown through ICE getting a budgetary increase. You've been shown through our diplomatic relations with different countries and different groups all around the world. That things are possible to change. You know, that whole line you've been fed, that bullshit that's been shoveled down your throat about too big to fix, too corrupt to change, not true. You can fix it. You can change it. And these people, these communists, these hippies, these leftists that are pro, fucking tearing shit up and rioting and burning it to the ground, they're going to tantrum real big. They're going to be real big mad. It's only going to increase. That's why I want the high definition drone footage of trannies getting tear gassed in the face and having flashbangs explode next to their head, because there's going to be plenty of opportunities. But when talking about this, when talking about these different people, like I said, things are changing. How are they changing? Well, DAs that have been put in place all throughout the country for the longest time have either not charged people or they've let them just walk out with sweetheart deals. Now things are changing. 4 more Portland Antifa riot suspects have been federally charged. The cases are not being immediately dropped, and some Antifa are beginning to feel it's not safe to continue rioting. A big government coming in, saying we've had enough of your commie bullshit. Oh, look at this. Another Portland trans Tifa has been federally charged over the anti-ICE insurrection. All people that are well known. These aren't people that are like a fucking mystery. They've been doing it for 10 goddamn years. Here's another one. Trans person carried out a series of violent attacks in downtown Portland on July 4th. This man allegedly assaulted a child, attacked a person with a fucking knife, and threatened another. The local media referring to the man as a woman has not been, they've not been taken into custody. Look at this motherfucker. Look at this big boy.
Is not a woman.
Big old boy.
That's a
man.
Man.
That's a ma'am. That's a
get
ma'am.
Federally charged. Not getting away
That's
with
a
it anymore.
That's a ma'am's ma'am.
The sad
They
fact
never
is
look
I've
like
seen
women.
some
Look at
women that
this.
look like that.
Who
You had one
leaves
got
the
arrested
house
in
looking
your
like this,
state.
thinking I'm a pretty girl?
No.
Clearly somebody with a
There's
mental
actually some
illness.
actual women that
Glad
actually
we don't
look
have to
like
pretend
that.
anymore.
It's
Holy
a
shit.
rarity, but it does exist.
This is what our ICE boys are up against. A bunch of fucking filthy hippies,
It's
communists,
weird.
and big fat fucking trannies. That's why I said that we need to get their, that's why they need cheerleaders to help, lighten the mood for them when they're out there tear gassing these motherfuckers. When they're out there doing their job. Oh, God, I love the 4th of July. I love the celebration of it. I love that we've come back to being able to be proud of being an American and not taking shit from the rest of the world. I love that these disparate elements within the country are finally just being called out for being tantruming assholes. And then we can finally just laugh at them again. That's fun. That's a good time. I don't have to accept that I need to respect some fucking psychopath wearing a dog outfit or some fat fucking guy with tattoos and a dress that I can just call him crazy and tell him communism is fag shit and then give him the middle finger and then applaud as ICE flashbangs their ass, uses a grenade launcher right in their face. Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I hope you're enjoying it too. So that was my little ICE appreciation stream for this 4th of July weekend. I hope you had a great time yesterday with the parade, the fireworks, and the barbecue. Hope you enjoyed the shit show to come. $35 billion, a lot of money, a lot of new hiring positions. If you feel like hunting people down, go apply at ICE. And remember, if you see something, say something. Or if we turn to the age of snitching, we need some McCarthy-era anti-communist shit. We need that. We need some good old-fashioned anti-communist propaganda. Let's rev that shit back up. Let's start making those posters again. Oh God, I want some of those old-fashioned black and white videos talking about commies. That's what we need here again. So let me we'll do one more break. I'll put on a little merch commercial again. Metokur.myshopify.com for this hat-funded economy. We'll do a merch commercial, and when I come back, I'll do super chats. Let me just put this up here. There we go. Short break. There we are. All right, we'll do that. We'll come back to super chats. For everybody taking off, have a great weekend. Enjoy it. Have some more barbecue. I'm sure there are more people shooting off fireworks. Probably more parades. Fucking carnivals, all that fun shit. 4th of July weekend, good stuff. Go out, have a good time with your friends and family. Everybody else, stick around 5 minutes. We'll be back, and we will do the Ko-Fi, Cash App, and super chats. Let me just find the merch commercial. Again, Metokur.myshopify.com for all your jingoistic needs.
All right. All right.
That was fun.
That was something.
Is that it?
That's it. We're done. It's over. He's
gonna...
moving into his co-fight, bullshit and that. So yeah, it's over. It's over, Jim. It's over. You can wake up now. Yes. Yes. Oh, can I get this thing to actually work? Maybe. I don't know.
Get what thing to actually work?
Get the Pikachus to look like they're supposed to look like, but apparently I can't get the Pikachus to do what they want to do. They're just doing what they want to do. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think I broke something.
I can do this. Hang on.
No. I think I broke something. Just bear with me. Okay. Can we? Oh, you've done this.
There you
go. A picture within a picture. Wow.
Oh shit! Hang on.
He's broken things already.
Was this your game?
Yeah, this is the game he's been playing.
No.
Elite Dangerous.
Yeah.
He's apparently elite and dangerous.
Right. Well, I'm going to call it quits here. I mean, it was an okay stream, but it was just like,
No, again, like I said, I called it based off of the picture I saw. Like it feels like it's gonna be his Americana ice thing.
I was like, I already did this, Jim. I already know all this.
Yeah, so I was like, okay.
It's like usually I like the shows where I don't know what's going on and it's new stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is fun.
Yeah,
it's when I know what's going on. It's like, yeah, I already know this is not quite as exciting, or
well, for him it is. I
did a few videos on this.
Yeah, I know.
I did quite a few videos on this shit, actually. I was getting some good views too for a minute until like the algorithm caught up finally.
Yeah. No.
And I was like, no.
Yeah, like I said, I've paid attention to American-based news. It's all over the place.
Yeah,
it's.
But it's it's the Donald Trump. Hey, what's going on over here? What's going on here? And then I'm going to do this. And they're like, how the fuck did he do that?
Yeah, to a point. I mean,
and it's kind of getting old at this point because it's not even when someone says, "Well, how the hell?" It's like, are you really shocked at this time? You guys pay so much attention to this shit over here. You don't even know that see them actually literally doing something over here while he's talking about doing this over here.
Mm-hmm.
You guys focus on what he says and not what he does.
Yeah, well,
it just gets boring. It's gotten boring.
That's because they're all retards.
Everybody's like, you have Donald Trump fatigue. No, I know what's going on. It's not shocking anymore. And I'm not even upset about it. Even if I should be upset about it, I'm not upset about it. I just don't care. It's hilarious.
I get that.
You guys bitched about so much shit that wasn't real, and the stuff you bitched about him doing wasn't even that bad, and this stuff isn't even that bad. In comparison, the shit you made up isn't even.
Yeah, well.
It's just like I just don't care.
No, I get it.
And I kind of just hope that one day they realize that they brought this upon themselves.
You're asking for a lot. I mean,
I know that
it's the same thing on the extreme right side of the things as well.
That's my extreme best hope, though.
Oh, I get that, but
I know that's like the unicorn hope. You know?
Yeah, no. I get it. But yeah, no, I found that within your culture, it's either one of the extremes, and they're all upsetty because somebody's paid attention to them.
Upsetty spaghetti. Yeah.
Yep, they get all upsetty and they're like, "Oh no!" And then it's like, "Okay, but you brought it upon yourself, so you're laughing. We're laughing at you. Congrats."
Yeah, it's kind of getting old. The winning is like. It's kind of getting to the point to where, like, in 6 months, he literally just, like, he's won so much. I'm like, I don't even get excited over it anymore.
Well, they did say, we got to win so much, you're going to get tired of winning.
Yeah, he did say that, actually. And it's already happened, and we still got 3.5 years to go.
Yeah, but, I mean, it depends on your midterms that are coming up.
Oh, I know.
We have to wait to find out.
And we still got 1.5 years until that takes place.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah. It was like, at the rate he's moving, But here's the thing: when you got a country screaming, "I don't want you to have," we know how to spend that money better than you spend it. Your money, we know how to spend your money better than you know how to spend it. They start to look fucking crazy even to their own party.
Fair
They
enough.
are crazy.
Oh, they are.
But I'm
Their
more
own
interested in. I'm actually more interested in who's going to be up for elections.
I know. Oh God, there's so many Democrats that have, and Republicans that have already. Well, Democrats have threatened a whole bunch of their own to say we're not going to run you because you're not. You're basically not.
You're not shooting.
Stepping in line. You're not. I'm streaming this at this point. I haven't been streaming in a while. There's been so many Democrats that have been. I didn't stream today, but there's so many Democrats that have been stepping out of line because they're like, this shit's crazy. And there's so many Republicans that have been like, oh, I'm going to go the old way. It's going to be interesting, to say the least, what's going to happen there.
No, that's where I'm kind of interested. The after Trump leaves, it's like who's going to be taking over because you have at least two fresh faces.
If I have. There are three people I figure the Democrats could run, and there are at least 6 on the Republican side.
Oh, please let them run Gavin Newsom.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely going to run Newsom. They're definitely going to try to run Kamala's going to try to run again.
Yeah, well, that's a standard. She's not going to get far. But I'm kind of focusing on people that.
And if Bernie Sanders is still alive, it's going to be him and AOC. That's you know.
Yes, AOC. That's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, so it's kind of like that's the standard I got there, so it's not going to be horrible. That's 3 people. There, 3 or 4, actually 4. Sanders. If Sanders is still alive, that's why I said 3 because Sanders is
questionable. I don't know if he wants to continue to run, but no. AOC on the other hand, that's an interesting one. I did say it was a possibility.
I don't think they have a choice. She's literally the most popular on the Democrats, and even they're starting to get tired of her. Even New Yorkers are like, "Yeah, shut up, bitch."
Like, go back to flipping hamburgers.
Go back to serving drinks.
I thought she was a bartender.
Tips. Serving drinks and taking tips. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she did.
for one quarter, by the way.
Still. She was a service person.
As far as the Republicans go, I'd say definitely most of Trump's cabinet. It's most of Trump's cabinet.
Yeah, but we all know that Vance has got that possibility.
No, Vance and I'd say Vance. Ted Cruz is going to try it again. He always does.
Yeah, it's kind of a standard.
It's
almost like a Ross Perot kind of thing.
Ron Paul.
Yeah.
Or was it Ron?
Ron Paul. That sounds about it.
You're going to have... No, not Kelsey. He can't. There's no way he could run again. Let's see. A couple of his staff could run. I actually could see Pat Bell making a run. Making a grab because he's getting while a lot of people hate him, he's really popular.
Okay.
And a couple other staffers, I can't remember their names off the top of my head. Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah.
I can see her trying again. This time on the Republican side.
Probably.
Because she's starting to realize, Trump is a Democrat. And most Democrats are starting to move towards, most Republicans are starting to kind of move that way. So,
how about Elon Musk? What's the smell on that one?
2 African American and legally cannot run.
No, I know, but he still can create a party.
Oh, if he could. The Elon Musk party, technically, legally,
the X party.
Yeah, pretty much.
The X party. I mean, he does have a lot of X's. I
know, because he had threatened to make a true American party.
He's a true African American.
He is truly a South African American. Yes, But no, I mean, he has stated that he's considering throwing a party, like the actual.
I look at, and I have heard that, and I just like, I can't take it serious.
Which is why I asked for the smell.
I can't take it serious. I still don't even take the fight they had serious.
No, that's the problem.
Because
I called that fight as a gay op long ago.
Oh, we all called that as a gay op the second it started coming out. I mean, Jesus Christ, Sparky, you weren't alone in that.
I'd be better kind of
and even my
maybe Hero.
Even my brother called that a gay op, and he's usually not into this. He's like, the second he saw it, it's like, is there something going on with Elon Musk and Trump? And I'm like, yeah, it's a gay op. And he was like, oh, I kind of thought so, because it just seemed a little weird. Yeah, they're basically running a gay op to like throw everybody off, and then they apologized 3 days later. I was like, yeah, and I said in about 3 days they're probably going to apologize. 3 days to a week they're going to apologize.
Yeah, the girls got back together somewhat, and
they apologized and went along their ways, merry ways.
Yeah,
and what else happened that day? Another bill or something, or a Supreme Court ruling happened that same fucking day. That
I know.
I was like, it's hilarious. I was like, it happened exactly how I thought it would. How were they going to make up and kiss? It was going to be during a big event that nobody would notice.
Yeah,
because they're friends again.
No, like I said, I had to ask about that that particular statement, because it didn't pass my smell test on that one. It just kind of.
I think the only ones the only people that were really talking about it were the Democrats and the norms. And even the norms were kind of like, this doesn't make sense. I had normie friends that were just like, what? It's like,
yeah, I mean, normies do pay attention to certain things.
And they're like, what? Why are they fighting all of a sudden? And it's just like, doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like it's out of left field. It feels like it's a fucking soap opera. Because that's Donald Trump.
What it was, yeah.
I mean, it was basically Dynasty at its best.
I didn't like Dynasty. I barely even liked Falcon's Crest. I mean, seriously, people.
I mean, Dallas. Excuse me, Dallas.
No, Dynasty, Dallas, Falcon Crest. They were all terrible.
Oh, I love Dallas.
Of course you would.
I know, but I'm old. Give me a fucking break.
Yeah, I know you're old. I mean, I'm in within that bracket, but I'm not that bracket.
And I used to sit down when I was sick with my mom and watch it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sick in the head you were. I know.
Yes, I am. So give me a break. But still, at the same time, Dallas was an okay show. Wasn't great. It was okay.
I actually have a friend that's kind of a couple of years older than me. Thought I was 55. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm not that old yet.
Oh, Jesus.
Jeez, I'm old, but not that fucking old.
Just 53.
I haven't even hit 50. I'm only 52. Give me a. Jeez, I'm still a spry chick and is able to run up and down stairs.
Rub it in some more, Rogue. Rub it in some more.
I don't need that mechanical chair to get me up to the next platform.
I don't either. It just hurts like a bitch doing it without one.
Yeah, I haven't got to that level yet. I'm still good. I am still good.
Yeah, some of us did stupid things like join the military.
Yeah, and got shot in the face, obviously. No, but yeah, like I said, I'm more curious on what you guys are gonna be pulling out for your next possible major elections, and where it goes from there.
It depends how the midterms go, like you said.
No, that's what I mean. That's what I'm kind of going. Well, we got to wait for the midterms to find out who's going to be the possible picks for the next major push, and it's.
Here's the thing. I feel like the Democrats are going to try to memory hold in about let's see. Right in, I'm going to call it in October, November. That's when they're going to start memory holding shit, or trying to memory hold shit. Like, oh, we were all for this stuff. Don't you remember? We wanted this and that, and they didn't give it to you, and they took away. And they're going to try to memory hold us around that. That's usually when because it's going to be right before the, not the primaries, but the preliminary round of voting for who's going to run for which seat.
Yeah.
And at what party.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to figure they're going to start, everybody is going to start toning it down, especially the Republicans. Right? The Republicans are probably going to start toning it down around.
Oh, he's talking about his birth. Give me a moment. Sorry.
Okay. But what did he birth this time? But yeah, I feel like the Republicans are going to let it. They can go a little bit
You know
longer.
what this is? You all rush to answer. Fucking nothing on screen.
That's what he gave birth to.
Give that a
He
second.
swallowed a penny.
Mystery's already
No,
solved.
the penny
people in the
is
fucking
tied
chat.
the size comparison.
Okay. Oh, those are.
Yes. Those
What
are
those
Because
come
there's
out
a
of?
majority males in the fucking chat being like, God damn.
That's what popped out of him.
Yes, you would be
Out of his
correct.
mouth,
Tell
out of his
people in the
ass, out
chat.
of his penis.
That's how my health has been.
That's his kidney
Those are the
stones.
first two.
Ah!
Do you see there's a hook on this thing?
Oh,
There's a fucking. It's got a
that's another
switchblade.
his kidney stone?
This fucking kidney
Yep.
stone on the right
Yeah.
has a blade on it.
It's so blurry.
It's
I can't
literally it's
tell.
a fish hook. I pissed a fish hook out of my dick. That's how my health has been. And that was just the first two. I passed 3 more. I passed 3 more. I was able to avoid
And my kidney
surgery.
stones don't ever look like that.
But that's how it has been.
He's
Those
passed
really
a
hurt.
total of 5 so far.
Especially the motherfucker with a hook. Because it's not one way out. It's back and forth. It moves a little and then retracts and moves a little and retracts. Yeah, that was fun. That was a good time. My fourth has been doing good because it's out of me now. All of them are out of me. They've all been removed.
Oh Jesus!
So there's your fucking
bastard.
answer. How's your health been, Jim? Well, that's how it's been.
Better
Always
now.
super fun.
Still shit.
Yeah, after I had to, clear out a murder scene. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, no, so he eventually did talk about his giving birth. Congrats. I approve this this going forward. But no, honestly, average video or stream, more rah because it's summer. Overall, like I said, more curious on what the primaries for you guys are going to be, to what possible lead runners for the current or the new possible seat. I'm also excited for the UFC that happened in front of the White House or in the White House. That is going to be hilarious. That is going to be hilarious.
I can't hear you.
Yes. That's what he wants to do for 2026 for you guys' next big birthday bash.
Ah, there we go. My headphones died for a second.
Yeah, so you're gonna have a UFC happening in the White House. It's gonna be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
Jesus Christ.
UFC match in the White House.
Yeah. So Trump for 2026.
White powder again.
No, he wants to. Him and Dana White have agreed to have an entire UFC extravaganza at the White House.
That'd be fun.
That's gonna be stupidly insane.
Like I said, Rogue, look over here. Look what I'm going saying I'm going to do.
No, like I said, that's gonna be stupidly insane. I'm gonna have fun watching people just freak the fuck. Hey, they haven't got to the point of freaking the fuck out as of yet, even though he's already announced that it's going to happen.
Remember when Biden had both teams over at his house before the playoff was or when he had the one team over before the playoffs were even decided, and then they won, and then they put a video out immediately, said, "Here are the champs," and they said, "This is the NBA champs." Like he literally says this in the video that is pre-recorded 5 minutes after they won, and I'm like, but the other team didn't show up there. It's not like they made two. Oh.
So yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
I went. That just all that almost zoomed over my head.
I know, right? Jeez.
Almost. I grabbed it at the last second.
Oh yeah.
I blocked that one.
Yeah. No. But yeah, no. I think it's hilarious. But yeah, no. So I'm kind of stoked to see what kind of trauma-inducing for a UFC at the White House is going to happen.
It's going to be hilarious.
Oh, I know. So it's like, oh my God.
Are they going to have
I still don't understand why you guys are really big on 1776.
Right.
It
Hang on a
didn't
minute.
establish anything.
If I don't get back when you guys end, I gotta go take care of a little one. So my final words,
you go
fuck
take care.
everyone.
Yeah. Good night. Good night. But yeah, no, I'm no clue why you guys deal with 1776 because it has no establishing factor of the creation of the United States or whatever.
No,
it doesn't even have anything to do with your independence, your declaration and all that kind of shit.
Technically, the Declaration was signed the 4th or the 3rd. So
October.
Yeah. Well, in October.
It was in October.
Well, officially October, but technically it was finalized on the 3rd, and they said
it wasn't.
No, they said the final language. That they,
no. I know that
portion
of your history. No, it wasn't because
I'm not saying it was. I'm just saying they said it was.
I know they try to claim that. I know that. I know they try to claim that.
I know they try to claim that too.
Yeah.
It wasn't until actually October. The only reason I know this is because my wife actually brought it up in class once.
Oh, okay.
In college classes to her professor. She tells me about this. He's like, well, technically the Constitution wasn't finalized until, and he goes, no, that's wrong. It was July. And then he thought about it for a second, and he looked at it and said, oh, yeah, you're right. In October. And I know about that part. And it's just like, and she told me this story. She was so proud of that moment because he's like, I have to give you extra credit for that because no one else would know that. Mm-hmm. And she was so proud of that moment, unlike her other moments later on in our life. But hey, that's a different story.
Yeah, but no, like I said, it is a weird thing. But I believe you guys take that one because of the whole we're done with the king kind of thing. Because that would have been roughly when he probably decided to take the protest. But even that's kind of questionable because all the great establishment, because that's what you say that's where some say that's when the birth of the United States happened. Like, no, not really. It happened later, but you have to have a good reasoning of why, but it is what it is. So it is speculative.
Well, it's like the birth of Jesus. No one really
no one really knows. But I mean, it is what it is. I think it's hilarious, but regardless of the factors. So it was a glorious trash fire of a stream in my brain. Mostly kind of a snooze fest. I actually almost fell asleep a couple of times. Don't word of a lie. Wow, this stream was kind of hard to.
No, even I started just looking at TikTok and I was just
I know. I was like, I had to do because when you asked me that question, I was doing something completely different. I was ordering shit. I'm like, I have other things that are. Gym is now just background noise. It's insane, but. Yeah. So, anyways, we're going to wrap this up. We are not doing Metokur history for Monday because of this. So this was history in its making. So until next time, have a good night, good day, whatever else you're having as usual. I give these motherfuckers their last right. In this case, is Gem because Sparky's already done his thing, and then I hit a button and we get the fuck out of here.
Stick a sparkler up your ass.
I love